What's up, fellow nerds? I'm Josiah.
I'm Nick.
We're friends.
We're playing Marvel Rivals.
We are friends and rivals. That was my attempt at part two, as in 2 weeks in a row of trying to ramp up my own energy and your energy, because here we are yet again, possibly getting, well, I don't. You're sick. I'm possibly getting sick. If you don't, if we get sick a lot, gang. We need more freaking Flintstone vitamins in our diet or something, dude, because I'm getting real over it. For sure. Yeah.
There's no way around it.
It is children. And let me tell you, now that my son is in preschool, he's come home with the sniffles. And yeah, he's actually over it though. So I'm hoping, that's why I'm trying not to stress. I'm trying to just pretend that it doesn't exist. I'm trying to pretend that it's because of the Cheeto Puffs I ate earlier today, when I'm trying to cut more processed food out of my diet and I just feel bad. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that two of my coworkers tested positive for COVID. None of that stuff has any relevance to what's happening to me right now. I sound fine. You probably can't even hear anything in the mic. Anyway, now that I've gaslit myself sufficiently for the beginning of this episode, how are you doing?
Yeah, well, by the time this episode comes out, I'll be on the road.
Whoa.
Screaming cats in the back of the car and apparently sniffles and being sick at the same time. So
wait, I thought your mom was gonna take your cats. Is that not happening anymore? Oh no.
I mean, she is, but not for 34 hours of driving. Like, I'm gonna have to switch with her from time to time.
No, dude, you're just gonna lose her on the road and be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, she has hotel reservations, so I don't think I can do that. And also, I have to live with her when we get there, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, these we're gonna drug the cats up as much as we can, and they're still going to be screaming because these cats are like immune to any sort of method of trying to calm them down.
Oh man.
Yeah, it'll be fun in a torturous way. But you know what? Then we're gonna be like almost done with this whole saga, and I can get back to life, and I can start doing more things for the podcast that I've been wanting to do, and be back on the Discord more and stuff. So I'm pretty excited. Next week will be like our last weird one, I think, because I might not have internet yet. Because we'll be recording it like literally the day I get there.
Right.
So
right.
I might have to be at your house, and we can do one live.
Heck yeah.
But
that's cool. Just like have we done it only once? Did we only do it for episode 1? Or did we?
I think so. No, you visited me once. Oh wait, no, that was episode 1.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right. Wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it was immediately after leaving. Oh man, good times. What a throwback. Well,
anyway.
Yeah, we got a pretty packed episode for y'all today. All the season 4 roadmap stuff, all the patch notes, balance patches, Angela, her kit, and all that stuff. That's going to take up our news and our main topic. And our main topic too, Angela is basically going to be our mini hero spotlight, just like we do every time there's a new hero release. So it's gonna be really cool. But before we dive into the news, we do have another 5-star review. As we mentioned, we've accumulated a backlog, and it feels really nice. And we got another one for you here today. So, Nick, you want to read this one?
Do you like how I snuck that one in there in the notes, before?
I'm so glad you did, because I totally forgot. I knew that we had one, but I forgot to drop it in here.
All right. Well, this is from Axe Assassin, which is basically just Angela, I guess. And they say, a stellar podcast. They say, whenever I start playing a game that I really like, I always want to find a cool podcast about it. This is that podcast.
What?
I love the balance between Rivals news and fun chemistry. We do a lot of science around here, that's for sure.
Mm.
It's the best thing since the Snapchat podcast. Oof. And this
Dang.
game isn't shooting itself in the foot, at least. Oh. Uh, keep
Nick
up the great
cries.
work, and thank you, Night Gobbler. P.S.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for the Iron Fist Hero Spotlight that may happen this century, maybe.
Well, before I get sent into a blind rage by thinking about that for too long, allow me to say thank you, Night Gobbler.
Thank you, Night Gobbler. We did it. We did it once. All it took was them writing it in the review.
Yeah. All right. New request. Every new review, please thank Night Gobbler yourself so that we can read it and remind ourselves of our sworn duty. But no, dang, thank you. It is an honor to be that podcast. I love that. We feel pretty good about what we're doing. So it's cool to see that people have liked it and like us bantering with each other and whatnot. I can't speak to the Snapchat, but I'm sure you could if you wanted to.
I gotta say,
a bad mood immediately.
Well, no. The Snapchat is like my favorite podcast ever. So I am very, very honored that you would put us anywhere near them.
Yeah.
Cozy and Alex, if you actually ever listen to this, please send me an email or just sign an email because he likes emails. And please be our first guest. But seriously, thank you, Axe Assassin. That means a lot to me. And yeah, hopefully Rivals won't shoot itself in the foot like Marvel Snap has anytime soon. And we can keep doing this for a really, really long time.
Well, I will say, on that note, like, I don't know what NetEase is up to, but they've got the secret sauce just like in their company right now. So they just launched Destiny Rising. Have you heard of this, Nick?
No.
Yeah, so they launched the Destiny mobile game. And it is like really good. all the Destiny YouTubers are like playing it right now and on the grind, and like everybody is talking about how like they can't believe that it is as good as it is, and that like it has done a lot of cool stuff that like mainline Destiny with Bungie have not been able to accomplish, like added a lot of new features and things. Yeah, it's a gacha game, which is a little scary, but at least so far it's been implemented really well and like is super fun and has a good story, and so they're tapping into something right now, and yeah, it's got me excited for the future of Marvel Rivals, to see that they've launched another. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there's no crossover on the teams, but just that the company is like, okay, they're doing something is happening there that is allowing them to drop 2 bangers back to back. So yeah.
Well, catch Josiah's Destiny Rising podcast coming out next week.
I did download it and I did complete the tutorial.
I might do that too.
Yeah. It's I might have to see if I can find my my like, I can't remember what it's called. There's a name for it. The like phone spine controller bone something. It's something. Huh?
Wow.
What?
You had like the backbone, but for
backbone. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Backbone. That's what it's called. Yeah. I've never. Someone gave it to me. Like someone gave it to me for free. I've actually never used it. But
it's like, when were you that into mobile games?
No, never. I've like never. Balatro is like the only mobile game I have played for multiple hours. But anyway, well, unless you have anything else. All right, cool. Let's jump headfirst into the season 4 news.
All right, so for the first time, we were actually able to do last week late enough that we had the Dev Vision last week. So this is going to be a little bit different than our usual like launch week episode because we've already covered a lot of it, a lot of the new things coming out at least. So if you didn't listen to last episode, you can listen to that to catch all the major stuff coming from the Dev Vision. But this week they gave us the roadmap and they gave us the actual patch notes for the season 4 patch. So I'm just going to kind of rapid fire through the stuff that we talked about last week, and we can focus on the new things that we learned. So this week, September 12th, the patch for season 4.0. What's coming that we already knew about was Angela, the new hero, which we will talk about extensively later on. And then she's getting a costume. Her launch costume is Angela Scold 2099, and this thing is sick.
Yeah. Love me some cyberpunk, cool. Of course, and this is scratching that itch for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely very cool. And then the Battle Pass, which we'll be talking about as soon as we get through the patch notes. The arcade modes that they're adding, which is the free fight where you can, pick as many duplicates of characters as you want. You got Clone Rumble coming back permanently. You got Conquest, of course. You got a new Annihilation Conquest, which I believe is just about kills instead of the
murder.
Yeah, instead of the pseudo. What was the dog tag one in Call of Duty?
Yeah, kill confirmed.
Kill confirmed that the regular Conquest is. And then you got Giant Size Brain Blast also coming back and being added to this new arcade mode and Doom Match. And so you're going to be able to freely decide which ones you want to queue up for and play a mishmash of game modes, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And then you can queue with your team too. So if you're just looking for some classic, just chaotic fun, I will actually play this mode. It sounds like fun to just switch between all these different cool things.
Yeah, well, and for us, this is going to be great armed and dangerous fodder because now whenever we want to switch something up, we can do free fight, we can do Clone Rumble, Brain Blast. All of those are going to be good options for making it weird. And then this week, they told us about the event that's coming. Usually at the beginning of the season, there's an event where you can get a free skin just by kind of doing challenges every day for a week or so. And this one, dude, Scroll of the Immortal Beast. So there's going to be... yeah. There's going to be 8 challenges that you have to do that kind of unlock once a day or two. And as a reward, you get the Ultron Wasteland robot skin.
Yeah, there
are no strings on him.
That's what that cackle is for, because the skin is so freaking cool. It is definitely, sorry, Ultron X people, but this is definitely the coolest Ultron skin for me. He looks so cool, so edgelord. It's perfect. There's your bingo square.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. I already got it with the cackle, but
that's not that laugh can't be edgy.
You did an evil laugh. Come on. And then they on the next week, September 19th, they're going to do the Marvel Rivals swimsuit and Summer Special Volume 2, which we talked about last week. It's going to be Mantis, the Thing again for some reason, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and the Punisher. Poor Mr. Fantastic is the only one not getting to go to the beach in the Fantastic Four.
Did you see? I should have clipped it. Did you see the meme of him where?
No.
Oh yeah, Sue the Thing and Johnny Storm are like I'm going with the boys to the beach. Reed, and he's doing science stuff, and he's like, pick me up a coffee, and yeah, just not paying any attention. That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny. But who wants to see stretchy skin Reed? Is my question.
I don't know. It could be interesting. Yeah. Then we got sorry, let me mark off another one. Then we got on September 26th, the new map, the new Convergence map, Kunlun Heart of Heaven is coming out. That should be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And a costume is being released that week for Hela called the Grim Lady.
Which is crazy that they're giving this to Hela and not Emma, because as I have mentioned, this should go on your bingo card. For some reason, as many times as I've mentioned this, it is 100% Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil 8. And yeah. And
it's weird how many times she's come up in this podcast.
It is weird. But hey, anyway.
And then the new accessories are coming out that week as well.
Yay!
For Magneto, Luna Snow, Scarlet Witch, and Cloak and Dagger. Are there any of those that you're going to try to pick up, Josiah?
I'm probably gonna get the Luna one. I really like the Arctic Ninetail Fox. I think
Okay.
it's super cool. The Cloak and Dagger one would be another one that I would consider getting. Yeah.
Sweet.
What
Yeah, I
about
don't
you?
play any of these characters enough. So I think I just picked up the Psylocke one this week because now I'm like
What do you mean, Wanda?
one. I don't play Wanda a ton
Yeah,
anymore,
you haven't any. That's
but I
true.
will
Yeah.
this season.
You.
Which
Oh my goodness,
balance
yes.
patch, we'll get there.
I know.
So maybe I'll have to pick up Quicksilver eventually. But and then we October 3rd,
Oh baby.
a new costume for Emma Frost is launching called Hellfire Protocol, and I'm trying to see, is
It's
this like a cyberpunky thing or is this like
oh
an
yeah.
Ultron-y kind of thing?
It looks well, I mean, what's the difference? I'm pretty sure it's a cyberpunky thing, but I mean Ultron is a robot, so
That's true.
I will, I mean, it's just art on the preview,
Yeah.
so we're not actually seeing what it's going to look like, but dang, I mean, from this art it looks really cool to me. This might be this might oh, excuse me, this might be the next skin I actually put down some lattice for.
Check this off on your bingo card. This,
Mm.
I think this would be the, if it is like the art, which has been not the case for Emma in a lot of her skins. Um, this would be like the longest hair they've ever given her. To be a little bit more like
Yeah, Nick
like
the hair
common man.
guy. Yep.
I don't
Yep,
know. I
yep.
don't know why I notice it so much all the time, but
It is
all of hers
funny.
have been super short, like Bob kind of things. So this would be like the
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And I know that's not your style, so
And then October 10th,
moving on.
5 weeks from now, we're already in 4.5 and Daredevil's coming out. So
Oh my
again, with the
goodness.
pace, this is insane.
Oh my goodness.
Angela, 2 weeks to enjoy Angela, then 2 weeks to enjoy the new map, and then here we go. It's Daredevil time.
That is crazy. And that's if they keep this up where they do the map 2 weeks in, that's I mean, that's super smart. I know they did it delayed this season, but did they actually do it at the halfway point? I
They did it. They did it 2 weeks in last season, I believe, as
Okay,
well.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But now it's actually like it actually is the halfway point, which is crazy. So,
Yep.
yeah, really looking forward to that.
Um, and so that honestly, the roadmap. I mean, the stuff on September 12th on the roadmap kind of covers the patch notes pretty well, except that there is a rank reset.
Yeah.
7 division demotion. So
Yeah.
basically, you know what? Hey, if you climbed all your way up to get to gold 2 even, congrats, you're bronze 3 again.
Yep. Yeah, I don't love that. I responded to a Spotify comment today of someone just hitting diamond, and they're yeah, okay, you know which one I'm talking about, and they're like, yep, still at the end of the season, over 80% of the player base is below, and it's like, oh man, yeah. I mean, obviously we talked about this last week. I just yeah, I'm not happy about this, and I just can't wait for placement matches. I'm hoping that they can get it ready by season 5. I'm really hoping that I know that it's going to take a lot of internal work on their matchmaking stuff to make it happen, but I hope that they really do prioritize it because again, like even though the community now knows that it's not, quote unquote engagement optimized matchmaking, at least not in the way that some were suspecting it was, it's still the main problem that people are talking about. And I think a big part of that is because of just everybody being stuck in this massive raging waters, poopy, floating diaper tide pool of ranked. So
that was an incredibly like locally specific reference.
I'm fairly local.
Wow, and yeah,
21
no,
pilots.
I agree completely. Like the lack of placement matches really has so many effects. I mean, like half our episode last
Yeah.
week was about that.
Yeah,
Was
we don't
like
need to make
placement
it this
matches
one
would have
too.
fixed this and that and this. But it really like I gave up, and I do every season. I give up
Yeah.
like 2 weeks before the season's over because I'm like,
Yeah.
what's the point of trying to get if I can't get all the way to a new like tier or not tier. Tiers, there's the 3 tiers within. If I can't get to a new division,
Yeah.
right, and get to platinum and get the border, then
Right.
like I'm not going to keep playing ranked in gold. Like I'm
Right.
just going to give up a couple weeks ahead of time because I don't want to do all that work, end up in gold 1 and get nothing for it. Still start at bronze 2. Woo!
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so
I don't. Oh,
yeah. So I mean that exacerbates the problem too because then of course like 83% of people still are below gold 3 because they're not going to keep trying once they get
right.
once
No.
the season is about to change.
Climbing out of bronze is not fun. And climbing out of silver is only marginally less not fun. So it's, and then even in gold, like you're still getting matched with silvers and bronzes. And so
Yeah.
you're still not getting, I've been in gold for like, I don't know how long, but I still haven't experienced pick and ban because I don't have
Really?
full gold matches ever. I've not had one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really
I
frustrating.
I don't have them most of the time, but I did have a string this week where like for 2 days I got all gold matches literally every day for some reason.
Yeah.
Like all day, every day. Like I had 7 or 8 games in a row of getting pick and ban. I was like, this is great, and then it stopped and I got it again. It was like,
Right.
okay.
And again, like every time I love Armed and Dangerous, now that we're playing with real people, like I was going up against a grandmaster of the same character that I was playing and like holding my ground, like
Mhm.
I'm not freaking bronze. I don't want to be here. But I don't know if I mentioned this last episode. The last thing I'll say about the whole ranked reset thing is again, sorry if I did say this last episode, I just can't remember. I think what they're going to have to do is first placement matches, yes, but I think probably later they need to extend ranked seasons to be something else. They're going to have to go longer than the actual like in-game seasons. I come up with a new word for it, rank era, I don't know, whatever, but like 2 months just isn't long enough to get through, I don't think, even with placements.
So I played a lot of games where the ranked is like every month it flips over.
Really?
But again, when you're not getting ranked emotions, what does it matter that the ranked season resets?
Hmm.
You just get placed again and you keep going from wherever, right? Like if it's really the only thing you're trying to do is get as high as you can or get the rewards at certain tiers, if you're not getting bumped 2.5
Yeah.
whole things down every 2 months, then it doesn't really matter how often they do that, as long as you can play enough games to get whatever rewards you want to get for the level you really kind of like belong at. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think the demotion, I mean, just does so much, but they have to do it because they don't have the placement matches, so they have to like give you something to do. So anyway, there are new ranked settlement rewards, like every season, every half season. If you get to gold, you get the Divine Angela Serranish Silver costume, which is like silver and red, I think, or silver and green. It's pretty cool
I
looking
haven't
though.
seen
I
it.
thought
Oh, okay.
it's silver
All
and
right.
red. That's what it was.
It's not arcade lounge carpet blade this time.
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
Um, and then there's new nameplate frames at Diamond and Platinum, which I have not seen yet. And then Crest of Honor for Grandmaster Celestial Eternity and Top 500 as per usual.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
The another patch note thing that we didn't mention last week were some of these new systems that are really cool. We did talk about some of them. So the emojis, like you can use them in chat, but they're also reworking the emoji wheel, which allows you to equip even more emojis, which is great because there are so many good ones, and every single hero comes out with more emojis, and every battle pass comes out with more emojis, and I keep having to like switch them out. So that's cool that we get to equip more of them now.
Did you see the video on it?
No, I
See
didn't.
what it is?
Mm-mm.
So it's a list. You can turn it on, I think. I think you can still use the wheel if you just want the wheel. But it's a list that basically when you click the emoji button, it pops up like your entire screen is just
Oh,
a big grid of all the emojis and you can
oh,
scroll
heck
up and
yeah.
down on it and
Oh, I
use it.
love
Yeah.
that. I love that. And then yeah, I'm just I'm proud of us for how much we've had our finger on the pulse of some of these things that we've like man, it'd be so cool if like random costumes, like being able to see the VFX for ultimates, like having the animated like character backsplashes and stuff, like all that stuff is coming. Something that is really interesting to me. They went into the friend suggestions and they say that based on your battle performance and preferred heroes will suggest suitable friends to help you connect with more players and team up with compatible allies in game. That is so interesting. I've never heard of a game doing something like that. This sounds like they're trying to optimize my engagement a little bit.
In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. But like how and what are they going based off of? Like your overall hero play time to see like if you're playing more duelist, trying to pair you up with like more vanguards and more strategists. Like I wonder how that's all going to play out.
I mean, it says preferred heroes and battle performance, right? So I would imagine someone around your skill level who plays heroes that have team ups with your mains, maybe, or who plays, other roles other than the ones that you main, or I don't know. But it's a great idea. Especially when they've just told us that their matchmaking relies heavily on team sizes, and like really breaks down when there's smaller teams. So if you can convince everyone to play in larger groups together, that's pretty great.
Yeah. And then the last big thing here that I don't think we talked about at all or was mentioned was the squad voice chat. So now in game you can keep your squad comms private. So if you're not using Discord but you are in a squad, you can be in voice and not be in the full lobby voice. So yeah, cool stuff.
There's also, with Angela releasing, her recolor skin is going to be, it's called the Cerulean Lightbringer costume. It's kind of a greenish. It looks pretty good.
Greenish blue.
And then she's going to have an emoji bundle as well. I haven't seen what those are, but it looks like now ever since Phoenix, the goal is, or the typical way is when the new hero comes out, they get their one skin, their recolor, and an emoji bundle that week. So
yeah.
Then we got Twitch drops we've mentioned before, but the Twitch drops are going to start on the 12th at 12 o'clock UTC, and they're going to end on October 10th. So you've got about a month. You've got all of. They're literally just lasting for all of 4.0. So if you watch some Twitch, you'll get the Blade Wolf Galactus stuff. Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
It is cool. I think the purple and blackish looks really good with him, and the white hair is really cool. He gets a neat flex emote, which is great. So yeah, I like it.
Yep, and PlayStation 4 is coming September 12th as well. If you didn't hear about that last week.
Yep, we mentioned tournament, college perks, all those skins also coming out, and they are also bringing in that strike squad for the hero selection wheel, the enabled favorite. Yeah, me too. Oh man, I'm so tired of having to scroll to click on Blade when I want to insta lock him. Whether I click on the DPS icon or not, I still have to scroll. So I'm really excited to be able to do that. And then one update that I want to mention that I've never seen in any of their patches on Araco, they are slightly increasing the vehicle speed for the objective on attack side section 1 specifically, which is where I feel like most of the chaos of that map goes down. Like if
there quite a lot,
like if a team is going to roll, they roll in section 1, and usually like 2 and 3 are smoother. So that's very interesting that they are making that adjustment.
Slight map balance change, yeah. There's also another career page update. So they say now they're going to showcase key stats for your frequently used heroes. So I'm really interested to see what that looks like. I've really liked all the stuff they've been doing to the career page the last few seasons. So
yeah,
maybe just kind of going with the strike squad thing. They're trying to make your whole vibe be built around the heroes that you like the most, which I'm all for. So
Nick, would you please do us the honors?
I will. Fix several terrain issues that could cause characters to sometimes become stuck or clip into strange areas. I'm going to give that 3 3 little squirrels over 1 big bad bee. Out of
Dang.
10.
That's really close to what I was going to give it. I was going to give it 1 Star-Lord Ultimate killing me behind cover out of uh, something, because what the heck is this hero update that they have on here? Star-Lord's ult was able to target people behind cover, and they fixed that now. So thank you so much for doing that. And then, yeah, Bucky's arm would disappear, I guess.
Yeah. On low graphics, you just don't have an arm.
All right. No, well, let's talk. Oh yeah.
My weird rating for this week was based on at bedtime today. My almost 4-year-old now asked if we could read the 3 little pigs, but start changing a whole bunch of animals around. So it was the 3 little squirrels and the big bad bee, and he buzzed and buzzed and buzzed their house down.
I love it. Well, let's talk about the season 4 battle pass. They say that you can unlock a heavenly battle pass featuring 10 all new sets of heroic cosmetics, and that this season's theme is the mysterious fruit of immortality. Mysterious indeed, because I'm not sure how any of these skins go together or go with that at all. Maybe
one of them
Loki.
Loki, yeah.
Maybe, but he's really more Phoenix tied, I feel. He does have the like elfin immortal thing. But he's got the Phoenix feathers, which I guess is also immortality, the Phoenix. But if anything, he looks like a satyr to me, but with the like raptor feet.
Looks like a blood elf is what he looks like.
Yeah. Good old Kael'thas.
This is the weirdest battle pass we've ever seen. It really feels like they just had a whole bunch of skins that they had made and wanted to get out.
Yeah.
and just didn't know what to do. I'm okay with it because it is like a lot of ones that people have wanted, but it really, like, they almost should have just called it like, you know, greatest hits or something, because it's a lot of comic skins and stuff like that people wanted. It's also like Luna has a polarity skin. Like when you watch the preview for her, it's really clear that it's a polarity skin that they didn't put out last season.
It was for sure meant to be part of it.
Yeah, Star-Lord's looks like it could be part of the 1892 ones that we got in season 1
with Black Widow and Rocket.
Right. The Hawkeye one, I think, is part of the Wasteland thing that they did with the Penny one and now the Ultron. And then you've got the X-Men 97 Magneto. And then the other ones are just, and you mentioned like the Loki one looks like a Phoenix one. And then the rest of them are just kind of random, but they're all good. Like they Yeah.
I hope that this isn't indicative of the faster season time frame. I hope that they still do have like the resources and time they need to make themed seasons, because while this is cool, I agree with you. Like none of these skins are bad. Like I will probably Hawkeye, Doctor Strange, probably not, but like the rest of them, I'll probably use these skins on these characters. I think they're really cool, but I want to see less skin vomit, I guess. Sorry for saying skin vomit. That's gross. But you know, these season 4 skins are definitely something to behold.
They are.
Nick clicks a bingo card.
Let's just go through some highlights. The Luna one is super cool. It's weird, but it's super cool.
It's amazing. This is for sure the Luna skin that I'm using now. It's a freaking, it's another legendary. They gave her back-to-back legendaries, one season after another, from the summer skin to this one. Luna is so obviously their favorite girl. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know why? It's because they actually nerfed her a little bit for once, so they had to give her something.
And we've talked about how Luna is their favorite a lot, but can we mention briefly how Bucky is very clearly their most hated? What the heck? They haven't given this boy a skin that is any good in ever. The Phoenix one was like a lot of it was cool, but his freaking beak was. I haven't seen anyone with that skin, dude. Have you?
I saw one person once.
Okay.
And not only that, though, but Bucky was, I believe, the last one to not have a skin that you could get either for free or from a battle pass, right? Like, literally every other character at this point, I believe, other than no, even Blade is getting Will Galacta. Literally every other character had a skin that you could get by spending no money other than buying the battle pass for the season.
Yeah.
And Bucky was the last one. And then what they do is they just give him a recolor. Like,
Yep.
what? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? I
get
think
it.
they just don't know what to do with Bucky. Like, his arm is so specific and has to be able to do all these things for his ultimate and everything like that.
Yeah, but see, I just can't buy that, because you have Captain America, who you would say like, oh, his shield is so iconic, but they turn it into like a barbarian shield in the one, in his like Endgame one, he doesn't even have a shield. He has the little like arm plates. Like, I think that they could be more creative with Bucky.
I think they need to. What's interesting is he has Valentina hair. Like, they gave him
the Gray Fox.
Yeah. I'm still going to use the skin because guess what? This is going to be the only Bucky skin I have because I haven't been able to get one.
Same.
But yeah, it's definitely the least exciting out of all of these, other than maybe the Doctor Strange one. He's just blue. I don't really know what's going on there.
He blew himself. That's an Arrested Development reference for anybody. Good old Tobias.
No, it is. Yeah.
But yeah, Star-Lord's looking super cool. I love the Western gunslinger vibe.
Yeah, it fits in pretty well.
I've seen a lot of people really excited about the Captain America one, just to get that original comic look going. But more important than the skin for me is the emote that this comes with.
Yes, 100%.
Which is amazing. The detention emote, where he from, I can't remember what movie that's in. Is it
From
Civil War?
Spider-Man Homecoming?
Geez, wow, not even close. Yeah, where he's like, so you wound up in detention, or whatever the line is.
Oh man, that end credit scene was just brilliant.
It's incredible. So
let's talk about disappointment. Yeah. Hawkeye's looking spooky.
Yeah, he's looking old. You know, I watched a little gameplay of this. Like, I love the binary Hawkeye one, so I'm keeping that for sure. I did see someone in one of the comments mention how like weirdly uncanny it is to be playing Old Man Hawkeye, and then his voice lines are "woo" and like very young and chipper, and silly. So. Phoenix will be, this will be my Phoenix skin for sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It looks super cool. What do you think about her hair?
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this whole Phoenix outfit is what I was expecting her default to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this looks, they gave her like the green ish kind of thing on her original, but they didn't go full Marvel Girl, like the comic Marvel Girl outfit for her. They just kind of like sort of gave it an homage by making it sort of green.
But I was gonna say her original outfit is green.
I understand, but what I'm saying is they didn't do the original outfit.
Yeah.
They just made this Phoenix one slightly green.
Right.
But this is like full Phoenix, you know. So since they're going with a Phoenix angle for her more than the Jean Grey one, this is gonna be the skin I use for a very long time unless they come up with something amazing.
If they give me my old X-Men 90s Jean Grey, the yellow and like yellow and blue. With the like ponytail, I would. I don't even play Phoenix, but
they can do that too. That would be another one for sure.
And then we got Satyr Blood Elf Loki. I really like this one, actually. I've heard like a lot of, this is the one that I've heard the most mixed things about, I feel, but I like it a lot. Like, I'll be using this one. This one's going to take over the All Butcher one for me, just because it's very clean.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'm going to use it too. I've been using the All Butcher one. And I'm a little tired of the voice distortion. Like, I want to hear Loki. So I'm excited.
There's a setting for that.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But I want to try this one. This one's gonna be cool. But dude, the Magneto one.
Yes.
This is amazing.
The trial of Magneto. So cool. I love it. And good time to mention it. This one is free along with the Captain America one. And here's the crazy thing. I don't know. I don't know if this is correct, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Holy crap. Wait a minute. I'm just noticing this. Do you see how many free panels there are in this battle pass?
Mm-hmm.
Is this can't be right.
I think that's...
It's like almost every single thing on this is free for the first few slides. Like everything, the Captain America emote is free. Like all the sprays are free. All the emotes are free.
Captain America pages, yeah.
But look at all the other free ones. 3
Yeah,
of them on the Bucky page are free. 4 of them on the Star-Lord page are free. Everything on the Doctor Strange one is free. Sorry.
So this is one of the things that the way that they do their system, I have no reference point for this, because I usually buy the battle pass when I log in, right? The like banner that pops up saying, "Hey, buy the battle pass."
Yeah,
and I buy it, and then I literally never get to see what's normally free and what's not, because as soon as you buy it, it takes off all the free and luxury things.
But it says on here luxury. It's showing the difference.
No, I know it's showing it now, but what I'm saying is I couldn't tell you what was free and what wasn't in any of the previous battle passes, so I can't answer the question of if this is more than normal.
Oh man,
because I've literally never seen what's free normally.
I guess I could be there with you, but I'm pretty sure that that the only things are just the skins. Like 2 skins per battle pass have been free. That's what I thought anyway.
No.
Okay, all right. Interesting. Okay, all right. Well, dang. If this is what it's always like, then holy crap, what a great deal! What a great deal for free 99 to get all of these emotes and unstable things, and wow. Anyway, that'll be my Magneto skin. And moving on to the final skin in the battle pass, freaking Mecha Gundam Moon Knight for some reason.
Yeah, and in the animation for him, he's huge. Like he's actually like a full-on Megazord with Moon Knight inside piloting it. But then it's a skin for Moon Knight, so in reality it's just Moon Knight size. So I'm a little confused on that.
Yeah. Well, this is the mini Moon Knight that goes inside the big mech Moon Knight. That's right. What it is. Yeah. But he does have really cool SFX work, both on his voice and his abilities. He's got a lot of pew pew on his stuff, which is cool. I like that.
Yeah, this is the other legendary for the battle pass. Yeah, I'll probably be using it, to be honest.
Oh yeah, yep.
For a while. No, you know what? I have the Phoenix one, and I'm gonna be sad about which one. But now we're gonna be able to just shuffle. So,
or you could put on. Oh wait, no, you can't yet put on owned SFX. Right, you have to be using that skin, and then you can just turn it on and off. That would be cool to be playing as the Phoenix Moon Knight, but get the pew pew mecha sounds.
Now they're gonna do it for 4.5 since you said that.
Hey, we said it here. Thanks for listening, Guan. You're welcome. That one's for free. Well, yeah, that's the battle pass. Easy buy for me, and then but not on the battle pass. But the skin I'm looking the most forward to this season is Scroll of Immortal Beasts. Wasteland Ultron, baby. He is looking so freaking sweet. I love his everything about it. I love the like exposed hardware, the like spider eye half of his face with the like tube going in it. It's everything about this is 100% like exactly what I want. As you're like, yeah, I know.
Josiah's so excited about the skin. We're talking about it twice.
Oh my gosh. I just, because I have it here on my notes and I have a big blown up picture of it and it looks so cool. And the MVP animation is so cool. Have you seen it?
Yeah, he pieces himself together.
Yeah, him assembling himself as he's walking, like aura farming. That is just absolutely amazing.
All right. Well, I think that's everything. This is very different when we actually get multiple weeks to talk about things.
I know. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get to podcast patch notes. Okay, Josiah, 2 minutes on the clock and go.
So I meant to say this in last week's episode when Angela was revealed and forgot. So here it is now, podcast patch notes. Just fun fact about her. So she has some really interesting history where she was actually the creation of McFarlane Comics with Neil Gaiman and Frank Miller and Alan Moore, like some of the heaviest hitters in comic book history. And she was created as part of the Spawn universe as an antagonist for Spawn. But then one thing led to another, and Neil Gaiman ended up getting all of the rights to the character. And when he went to Marvel, she became a Marvel character. And so that's how she's here. And funny, it was like a big deal that he got the rights to her. And I've literally never heard of her before this moment in Marvel Rivals. So yeah, hopefully we may get to see some. That'd be so cool to get a Spawn crossover. But anyway, next thing is, holy crap, I just checked the season 3 battle pass, and yeah, dude, like half of the stuff on the battle pass is free. That is insane. Like every single one of the things on the free pages is free too. All of the Rocket emotes and banners and sprays, all of the Groot banners, sprays, all that stuff. My freaking goodness, I've never realized that. And that is absolutely incredible. I've never seen a battle pass give so much away for free before. And then if you will bring your eyes to the podcast patch note section, my final note of the week, I was doing some looking around in my settings. I've never heard anybody mention this. And I happened to click my blocked player list and stuff, and I got this pop up. A maximum of 3 players can be put on the avoid teammate list.
Yeah, so, I came across that this week.
So the people from our last episode are liars, or it was total total pseudo side, just like pseudo that they thought it was happening, but it wasn't actually.
To be fair, what the guy in the video was talking about was being in as big of a team in as few servers as possible.
Yeah.
Then someone in the comments added on the like, and you can just avoid as many people as teammates as possible.
Okay.
And so the comment person, I probably hadn't tried beyond 3 or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah. Right. And I've never thought to look. It's not mentioned anywhere. So I just clicked on it. I was like, oh, how interesting. You can only avoid 3 players. And it doesn't say what the timeout is. I can't remember. It says it in game when you avoid someone.
I think it's a few days.
Yeah. So my avoid as teammate is empty. So it makes that whole thing feel less good to me that it's only for a couple days and it's only 3 people. Because I've definitely avoided more than 3 people. And my avoid as teammate list is empty. So anyway, there's my 2 and 20 seconds. Nick.
Yeah.
2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock and go.
Okay, I have 3 matchmaking thoughts from our matchmaking discussion last week. Just things that I wanted to, when I was listening back, I was like, oh, wait. So the first one is we spent a lot of time talking about people claiming that the performance points don't work well because I'm getting less points than someone and I got MVP and they didn't. What I remembered when we were listening back to it was that rank points are hero agnostic and rated specifically per hero, and it's about how well you do versus the average of your character, right? MVP is not decided on that at all. MVP is decided on a formula of raw stat output. So, like, when people are complaining that they got MVP and this other person got more rank points than that, like, there's certain characters that it's easier to get MVP on because you just get a bunch of raw stats, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing super well at that character. So like the ones that are talked about a lot as MVP farmers are like Ultron and Jeff, right? Because it's just the massive amount of healing over time on that like low heal from the drone plus doing all the damage. It's really common for Ultron to get MVP, but that your performance points are not going to be based on you being Ultron and getting MVP. They're going to be based on how well you are compared to other Ultrons. So that those are like very different systems. So looking at one and being like, well, I got MVP, I should get more points than this other guy, it's very apples and oranges. My second matchmaking thought was we were talking a lot in the middle about how Smurfs throw off the pool of like what the average for your character is. Like that if you have a Smurf Spider-Man, he's going to make the average like way higher in your rank than it should be. And I was thinking about it afterwards, and I realized, like, if you're rivals, you have a team of data scientists on this that are making all these averages and everything like that. And like the first thing you do is you remove outliers. So they're going to remove from that pool of stats, they're going to remove all the like really, really low ones and all the really, really high ones. So the thing about getting rolled, like, might be less true, and the thing about Smurfs throwing it off and making it higher might be less true, except that when 83% of the player base are all in the same pool, that undoes that.
That's the bigger
So
problem.
again, it's the placement matches that I think are causing this to be a problem. And then matchmaking thought 3 is the other thing I realized, again, based on the lack of placement matches, throwing 83% of players in that bottom part of the pool, is that when you're performing worse than the average for your character, you climb slower because you're not getting as many rank points when you win, and you fall faster because you're losing a lot more when you lose, right? Because your performance is worse. So it kind of like locks you at the bottom when you're not performing as well as the average. And when you're performing better than the average, you climb really fast and you fall really slow. When 83% of players are all in the bronze to gold pool at the beginning of the season, most of the season, you've got Grandmaster Eternity players that are at the top of gold that are messing up all of the gold averages in a way that's not outliers because they're there for weeks at the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
So the short seasons combined with everyone being lumped in at the bottom means that if you really belong in bronze or silver, you're never going to climb anyway. If you really belong in Grandmaster or above, you're going to climb really fast and get out because you're at the top. But if you really belong in gold, platinum, or diamond, you should be the average for those ranks, right? Theoretically. But because all of the people get rank demoted, that rank deflation means that you're going to end up, your stats are going to end up being on the low end rather than being in the middle where they should be. So it like basically creates like a diminishing rivals middle class of like anyone who's supposed to be gold to diamond gets squeezed out by winning less points when they win and losing a lot more points when they lose, which gets everyone stuck in gold and angry. So the more I was thinking about this, the more I was thinking placement matches really, really are the issue.
What you're saying is eat the Grandmasters.
No.
What now a question
I'm
that
saying
I have,
let them start in diamond is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now the question that I have is once someone leaves a division, is their are their stats still impacting the average for that division?
I would imagine so because they were playing games in that rank.
Right. If that's true, then gold is screwed, bro. That sucks. The other thought I had was placement. You know that they believe, that the devs believe that placement matches are going to fix a lot of this, because I know that they're framing it as like, hey, we've listened to your feedback, and like I don't want to diminish that, like, for sure, but they would never make a decision this big if they didn't believe that, like, yeah, you know what, this probably will actually like fix part of the problem now that their game has been live. Like, I think what they had on paper before the game launched to hundreds of thousands of players like was decent sounding, but I think I have a lot of hope for placement matches creating a much better experience.
And I think this problem got worse as the seasons went on, and I think that's because all the rank deflation like started pulling everyone towards the bottom. I think they thought and initially that like the initial climb from bronze, like everyone was going to get out really fast and it wasn't going to change much. And theoretically it should, but just I think that too many people at the bottom just makes the system not really work. So I think I've made my case enough that I really do think that the system works as long as people are spread out, and it really doesn't work if everyone's clumped up. So hopefully the placement matches really will make a difference. So all of this is to say, have hope. Give it a season and see how that works.
To throw, I know it's still technically podcast patch notes, but we had a quick news section for what we expected. To throw one last wrench into this whole thing, at some point we'll have to look at what some of the higher rank player feedback is on this system, because before the performance devlog came out, there were a lot of people. I never like dove into it because it's not my demographic. I haven't been able to climb, but there are a lot of people in higher ranks who are complaining about how easy it is to climb and how like inflated they felt like Grandmaster and things were. And I noticed them in passing, like scrolling through Reddit. And again, like I said, I never actually read into like what their arguments were, but I wonder how that factors into this, because it doesn't seem that that would be correct.
Well, and this is what I'm thinking is if your performance is always in the top 93% of the pool, like or in the top 10% of the pool or whatever, all the way up, like it's going to seem like it was really easy to climb, and you're going to be in such a small player pool that like anyone else who manages to claw their way up, like I don't know, on the one hand, I mean I've never been there, so I can't really say what it's actually like. On the other hand, do I even say this on a podcast?
No.
It is a time-honored tradition of really good players at games thinking that it's way too easy to be good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that. That's 100% true, and it's really freaking annoying, and stop it if you're doing it.
You know what I mean, though?
I'll take it a step further.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now you get the pitchforks from
I'll take it.
all the good streamers. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I think the placement matches will help. If they're complaining that they don't have enough good people to play against, maybe it'll get some people who just given up, who are really good, up quicker and into there, and maybe it'll get better for you there too. But theoretically, if people are up there that don't belong being up there, placement matches would find that and put them lower where they belong. So I don't know.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be, much like the balance post that we're going to talk about right now. Ow! Dang. Man, I can't believe I just burned myself that bad. On this hot list of heroes that we got for you right now.
Boo.
No, you can't tell me I didn't convince you a little bit. I just burned myself. Anyway, it's the hero hot list for season 3, y'all. And there's some interesting information in here. Across all ranks, just to kick it off, we got my girl Magic and Black Panther absolutely crushing the game out here as the two heroes above a 56% win rate. Both of them under a 4% pick rate. Magic is a little bit higher at 3.83. Black Panther drops down to 2.34. This is... Obviously, we're not going to go through all the heroes, but this I wanted to draw attention to because even though Magic's pick rate is a 1.5% higher than Black Panther, but her win rate being more than Black Panther, I'm not, and I feel like the community is not nearly as irritated with Magic as they are with Black Panther. Like we do talk about Magic and how, yeah, when there's a good Magic on the team, like they're going to be the one you need to worry about. But like Magic is still just so much more counterable than Black Panther is. It's just interesting to see them still like neck and neck like this.
I just love that these two are careening towards the top, like just off the top of the page of the Hero Hot List. And while they say they're nerfing Black Panther, really they're buffing both of them this season.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird. I did some math, man. I did some math, and we'll get there when we talk about the balance patch. But it's even weirder than you might think it is. Like it blows my freaking mind what they're doing, especially with Magic. But hey,
and Mantis is third.
I was
gonna say, kind of slightly buffing her too.
Yeah, and I mean, love to see 3 strategists in the top 5. My gosh, Mantis, Rocket Raccoon, and Ultron. Ultron's getting buffed too. Like. I just Rocket's not getting touched at all, which is shocking to me. Like what in the world? That is really surprising. Mantis and Ultron I could see, I guess, because of the sub 5% pick rate, but Rocket at 13%, like winning that hard, that is wild. Also, Penny bringing up the highest win rate tank in the game now. My gosh, girl.
For a while.
And she's getting freaking buffed too. like what is happening here? There's some weird stuff. I don't know what to. My brain is
a new character to feast against too. Like
I know.
She's a good answer to Angela too.
Yeah. She really is. Like there's I don't know what to say about this. Looking at the top of the competitive hot list here, that is really weird to me.
I will say, the thing I want to highlight is, as sad as I am about the Psylocke nerf, I figured out why by looking at the hero hot list.
Why?
So it doesn't show up if you're looking at all ranks.
Okay.
If you're looking at all ranks, she's pretty high. Like if you just only have duelists, she's 4th highest win rate duelist. 52.5% is not crazy. And she's played twice as much as Black Panther, but like people aren't complaining about her nearly as much. However, if you then switch it to Celestial and above, she jumps up to the second highest win rate, right behind Magic, but the highest pick rate duelist.
Whoa.
So
what the heck is going on at Celestial and above?
Right. So that combo of being the second highest win rate, not by much, and being the highest pick rate, that's a big outlier. So there's something going on when you're really, really good with the meta way up there, that she's a little overtuned. So
it is
all
also
the rest of us have to suffer.
Dang, it is also funny to go from Celestial and above. Look at Captain America and jump one rank down every single time. Every single rank down from Celestial, he drops lower and lower. Literally every single one, all the way. Holy crap! All the way down to bronze, he drops rank in every single one. That's so interesting because I was just reading about Cap and how out of all the characters in the game, he is the most reliant on very tight and consistent animation cancels for him to be good. So that would make a lot of sense. That in Celestial and above, he's literally top 3 highest win rate in the game, highest win rate to pick rate ratio for out of anybody in the game. And he's getting a nerf because of that, I bet.
Well, look at that Celestial and above meta. Luna Snow is at 35% pick rate and a positive win rate. And Magneto's at a 33.5%.
I saw that too.
That explains some things too.
Yeah, it really does. That is so interesting. Anything else that's like surprising to you? I guess sorry, not Spidey, Iron Man. His pick rate is lower than I expected it to be. I feel like I've seen just tons of Iron Man. I expected him to be like most picked duelist, but it's let's see, who is it?
I mean, when you just pick by duelists, because duelists all have lower pick rates.
Yeah, right? That's true. Moon Knight's still, I think, number 1.
Moon Knight is number 1, and then Bucky, Squirrel Girl, Punisher, and Iron Man. Yeah. That does feel.
That's true.
I have not seen that many Buckys or Moon Knights, but the Squirrel Girl, Punisher, Iron Man, like, let's just throw bullets at everything that moves.
Yeah,
thing has been like the annoying thing about the season for sure.
Also, what a awesome thing to see Adam Warlock. Man, he, more than any hero in the game, I think, he jumped so high. He was sitting so freaking low in his pick rate and win rate, and his pick rate's still low at 3.18%, but win rate finally broke the 50% threshold, and he feels really good now. I'm glad to see that happen. I'm sad that I'm hoping that this season, that with the Jeff Ultimate changes, I'm hoping that Jeff could finally approach the 50% threshold, because I still love my toe bean shark boy. But yeah, he's I mean, no matter where you go, no matter what rank, he's he's not doing so well.
Ultron is fascinating too. You were telling me before we started this about how you got hate for Ultron, and you were like, "Dude, his win rate's like insane. What are you talking about?"
I
This
just
is
put
definitely
Celestial.
he's definitely rank dependent. Like cap goes up the higher you go up.
Yeah, and
You
Ultron
know,
goes down.
yeah, bronze to gold, Ultron's sitting as the highest win rate strategist at 56% plus, which is crazy. And then platinum, he gets to third at 54-ish. And then diamond, he's 51-ish, and he's like the fourth. Then you hit a grandmaster, and he's sub 50. And then at celestial, I mean, he's like almost in Jeff territory. I mean, he's lower than Jeff in celestial. So that's really interesting. It's like, I wonder if that holds true for the other flyers. If people just like as you get higher up, people can handle them better. Human Torch gets better as you go up.
Yeah, and again, because of his animation cancels, that's one of the ones where he's like really, really obnoxious.
But Iron Man is at 47 at Celestial. What's he at in bronze? 51-ish.
Yeah, there's some things that I'm okay to write off with, like the way you play heroes and the way you work with a team changes so much at those kinds of ranks that like I totally understand that certain heroes that are better in lower ranks just become less viable because I think maybe in my head, granted, this is a hot take from an informed casual perspective. In my head, what I would expect is that it's less that the heroes are bad and more that like teams are more dependent on certain heroes and comps at higher ranks.
I agree.
And like
there's
Ultron
more synergy
doesn't fit in. Yeah. To like what's going on in the main meta right now at like Celestial and above. Whereas you have like Mantis and Raccoon. Raccoon, sorry. Sorry, Rocket. That was offensive. Mantis and Rat. And Loki topping off the list for strategists as far as win rate goes. And then obviously, like, yeah, your Luna's. Yeah, cool. I feel like this was one of the more interesting hot list analyses for me anyway.
We'll have to take a look at the Celestial and above from now on as like a what is it that they're talking about in the because you see Magneto and Phoenix that they called out saying like, hey, we're looking at these, but we're not going to touch them yet.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I was like, why? Right?
right. I was like, Phoenix?
But up here, yeah, that makes sense. Magneto's 33% of the games.
Right.
And he's winning most of them. Yeah.
Right. Oh, allow me to have you all enjoy this for a second. Hopefully you got to hear
canceled
that.
it.
No, dang it.
Saves the day again.
Cracking open a cold one with the boy.
Shall
we jump into some balance post?
Yes, let's do that.
Sweet. Let's do some. We'll do popcorn like usual.
Like usual. Starting off with the Vanguards, we got Captain America, who they're removing his team anchor bonus.
Yeah.
Without removing the team up.
First time ever, right?
He does also have a health bonus from his team up, I believe, so they're not getting rid of everything. But they gave him that tiny 5% damage boost, which we had never seen before. They were always like 10 or 15. And apparently that 5% was too much.
Yeah.
When you get up high enough that people start being good.
Yeah, right. I know. Another one where I'm like, I mean, we do see that like good caps are freaking nasty, but yeah. Yep. Well, Doctor Strange, however, is getting his damage buffed through the Maelstrom of Madness cooldown reduction from 8 seconds to 6 seconds, which means that he's going to be getting those sneaky half health to KO elims a lot more often, which is very exciting because that is the best, one of the best things about his play style. But they are reducing his base health from 600 to 575, so getting a little 25 health nerf.
Yeah, I'm okay with that health nerf. His shield makes him feel like he never dies. So
yeah, right.
That's cool. But that I'm very excited to play with Doctor Strange this season. 6 seconds
for many reasons
is a huge difference.
Right. That
and he's anchoring a great team up.
Yeah. My gosh, anchoring Witch and Magic, that's going to be absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, and when we're playing together, one of us will be playing Doctor Strange, and the other one will be playing Magic. 100%.
Yep. Easy.
All right, then we got Emma. who they're trying to nerf again, and we'll see
Yeah.
if this does anything like the last ones didn't really.
Yeah.
They're increasing this. This might though. They're increasing her diamond form cooldown from 15 seconds to 18 seconds. So taking her most powerful, moments and spreading them out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then this is really a minor one, but they're reducing the telepathic pulse energy you gain from hitting shields from 10 a second to 5 second. You know what? I'm going to rephrase what I just said. That's
Yeah.
not really that minor.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I thought you were continuing. I was like, no, dude. I think that's a big deal, actually.
Big deal. Yeah.
Especially because like her, she is a really good. Doctor Strange counters her well, but also she counters Doctor Strange well in a weird kind of like crisscross canceling of like he blocks her beam and her sentience grab and her ultimate, but she can melee and punch right through his shield and grab him and kick him and stuff. But dude, her when she's able to, one of the benefits of her going up against Doctor Strange is, yeah, he's preventing her from sentience grabbing or doing primary damage to his team. But when she freaking charges up that beam, she's deleting people after that. I have another hot take about Emma though that I want to get to when we talk about Angela actually. And I'll call back to this patch note, but
Cool.
Penny Parker, she is, as I mentioned, getting buffed with a crazy new ability that I'm even more scared as a Magic player now. So her spider drones get a new effect. Now, every time they hit someone, they slow enemies by 8% for 2 seconds, and each hit stacks the effect and resets the slow period, stacking up to 40%. So if you are freaking kill the nests, gang, all right, she is going to shut down your divers, your brawlers, your melee people. I played one of the ranked games I played, the last one I played before we hopped on. I was playing Magic and we crushed them the first round, and then the second round they swapped to Penny. And I got countered so hard because I couldn't get into their backline anymore. Penny was being super defensive. Their team was defending it really well, and my team was just not going for the nests. And we lost. We lost the game because I was like bullying them the first round, and that kind of like this kind of thing is going to make that even worse. So you want to see those top win rate Magic and Black Panthers suffer? Boy, play Penny. And then the second thing is she gets even more. They reduce the spider drone release interval during her ultimate ability from 0.7 seconds to 0.5 seconds. So she's throwing out even more spider drones, even faster, that are going to be now slowing people like crazy.
Yeah, and the thing I really like about this is this is, again, we talked a lot in the first couple seasons when we were doing balance patches about their philosophy where they're really trying to take heroes and buff them by making them do what they're designed to do better rather than trying to round them out. And Penny's weakness is still going to be if you destroy the drone nest. Yeah. She's still good, but most of her utility is gone.
Yeah.
But now they're like, you know what? We really need her to do her job really, really well.
Yeah.
And this slow is just going to be absolutely disgusting. And the ultimate is going to be way more deadly now because of it, because you can just put webs under people who were safe from them, and now they're going to get slowed and not be able to get out of them. I'm excited about Penny.
This is now a much more playmaking potential ult, and I love it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of awesome ultimate ability improvements, Thor, who is the other one that we've always said kind of needs it, his movement speed during his ultimate is going from 600, whatever the movement units are, to 700.
That's this one. It was so weird. I've never seen them use these numbers with movement speed before.
They do. They talk about, but I don't know.
I've not noticed it then.
I've never seen them not put a unit by it.
Yeah,
right. But Hulk runs at 650. I just don't remember if it's
Oh, you're right. You're right.
if it's like centimeters per second. Like, what is it? I don't know.
Yeah,
But
right.
so 700 is faster than most. I believe 600 is like the default movement speed. So now instead of really like kind of slowing down a bit, Thor's
Right.
moving faster
Faster,
than most
yeah.
people are.
So you can chase people.
Actually, that's what it is. I think 650 is the average, and instead of going down to 600, now he's going up to 700. So that's really cool. I've seen some clips of this, and I mean, he can chase you down now in his ult, which is good. The other thing they're changing is once the ultimate ability lands, he now stuns everyone who gets hit in the
Yeah.
area
Holy
for
crap.
1 second. So when he doesn't kill you, now there's a big area stun. I mean, this is way better, and with Thor's pretty much instant ability to dive at you, right as soon as he hits the ground with his dash, like if you survive, he's gonna be on top of you before
Yeah.
you can do anything about it.
Right. Right. And patch note right this second. I did just confirm that the base movement speed of almost every single hero is 600.
Okay,
So that's gonna be nice.
that means you're chasing people down faster than they can get out. Yeah,
Right. Man, this plus his Angela team up stuff means that I need to start playing Thor again too.
it's fun,
Too
dude.
too many heroes that I want to
I
play.
know.
But heroes that I don't want to see played ever. Moving on to the duelist, Black Panther. So he's getting nerfed. They're reducing his base health gained when striking vibranium marked enemies with Spirit Rend from 30 to 25. Whoa! And then they're reducing his base health from 300 to 275. I will relent that could make a bigger difference. That 25 health pool. There's some combos that get people just below 300 that now could kill him that wouldn't. But I just still think that this
Comboing
isn't.
Black Panther. Like when is
That's
he standing still long enough for you to
that's what
do
I was
it?
gonna say. Like that's still just not the problem though. Like it
Yeah.
isn't that he has too much health. It's that you can't hit him. That like yeah. I'm there are many reasons why I'm excited for Angela, and one of them is that at least she's got some disgusting shutdowns for people like Black Panther. But anyway,
In this balance changes defense, if they were not doing the Hulk team up for him, which
yeah,
Hulk will get banned if you're golden above, so
right,
we can at least
yeah,
let's just
enjoy never playing
if
him.
that's the case, then this I'd be excited about this, like because this
Yeah,
is something
sure,
that might do
sure,
might even out Black Panther a little bit without them
sure,
just destroying him, but
right,
with that gamma shield, I'm hesitant.
yeah,
All right, well, we got Blade is getting a buff.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Blade is another character, Josiah, that you and I are gonna have to play a whole bunch of.
I know.
His sword damage is going from 22 to 24 per slash. So great.
The thing is, people are kind of like laughing at this. He hits so many times with his um with just his like spin alone.
Hmm.
He's hitting five ticks. Is it 5 ticks?
I think
10
so. Yeah.
ticks? I can't remember now.
No, it's 5, but
It's
that's
five. Yeah,
120
yeah,
damage.
yeah, exactly. Like when you're revved up, this is actually gonna make a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
So and again, for a character that I looked at where he was in the hot list too. Like he's sub 50, I get it. But so is Namor, and yeah. So anyway, I'm excited to see him get some buffs, and who knows, maybe he gets even more if the hot list stats stay that way.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
I get to talk about magic.
No,
Okay.
we both get to talk about
Okay.
magic. You can read.
Yes, I can read. All right. So she loses her team up anchor bonus, which was a whopping 15% damage increase. So, but she gets a whole arsenal upgrade to compensate. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you the percentages for all of these because I got the math for what all of these come out to. So, well, first they reduce charge time required for Magic Slash. Maximum damage, Magic Slash maximum damage from 1.8 to 1.2. So that's her right click. That's her projectile. So a half a second shorter for that max damage is crazy for her combos. But not only that, it also gets a new effect. Two new effects, really, that projectiles now pierce enemies, and each hit reduces stepping disc cooldown by 1 second per enemy pierced. Like, holy crap. I'm gonna be able to triple disc in fights now. I'll be able to do like so much more damage. That is crazy.
We need to play nothing but Magic this season because they are going to delete her from the game next season when they have to fix this.
I know. I'm so scared. And on top of that, she's getting that crazy team up. And all of this, the compensation is, oh, well, she's losing the 15% damage boost. She's freaking not, gang. Now let's get into her damage updates. So they increase Soul Sword damage from 65 to 75. Do you know what percentage that is? 15.38%. They're buffing her primary attack more than it was.
Barely.
But they're putting it back to where it was and giving it a little bit more damage. And then they increase her Eldritch Whirl from 45 to 50, which is only 11.11%. Nice. I like that. Then they increase Demon's Rage damage per hit from 18 to 20, which is also 11.11%. But here's where we get a little wild. Increase melee normal attack damage from 30 to 40, which is a 33% damage buff. What in the world?
Yeah.
That for something that's such a core part of her animation cancel combo kit, like that's crazy, dude. That is absolutely insane. And then two more things in her ultimate. They increase her Demon's Rage damage per hit from 18 to 20, which is 28.5%. And then I'm sorry. Wait. No. I messed that one up. Wait, Demon's Rage. I lost it. I don't remember. Okay, and then her melee. Sorry. I just freaking misread. Dang it. Maybe I can edit that out. I don't know. Or Marcy can. All right. During her ultimate, I totally lost place because I'm looking at two screens. They increase, Eldritch Whirl single hit damage from 35 to 45, which is, yes, 28.5%. And then they increase the Umbral Incursion damage from 135 to 140, which is only 3%. But anyway, sorry about that. All that to say, Magic is going to be absolutely freaking ridiculous this season. And I both, like you said, can't wait to play her and am so scared of what happens in 4.5.
Yeah, so it looks like when you look at all those together, essentially the abilities that are getting a 15% reduction for her are her dash, her E, is going to do like 72, because that's not on this list, right? So it's going to do like 72 now instead of 85. Mm-hmm. And then her right click doesn't get more damage, but it gets the piercing and stuff like that. So that's going to lose some damage.
Right.
Which it normally does 90 at a max charge. So what would that be? It's going to go down to 76. So 76, 72. I'm curious if this is going to change a breakpoint on some of the combos.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't think
those
about this
two are the big damage dealers, and those are going down. But you're also getting some other things that you can do. So this might be something that I'm gonna sit and do some math on and try to figure out, like, do the combos still work? Like, there's got to be someone who's been testing that in the early access. And then in the ultimate, everything's gonna go down except for those ones that they mentioned, basically.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to me because I don't feel like her ult is like ridiculously overpowered on the damage. But I'm more than happy to get quicker right clicks. That means that you're going to get more damage over time, at least, if you don't have to like charge it as long. Well, no, because there's still a cooldown, right? Cooldown's not changing.
Well, but during her ultimate too, the Eldritch Whirl is like her main. I would argue like her main damage source, and that's getting buffed 28.5%. Like, so yeah. Another really interesting thing about this is the fact that her normal melee gets buffed, to me is like their first recognition, like without saying anything, of like animation cancels. Because if they had left that alone, that that can really break her, because she's so dependent on being able to like cancel her soul sword slash with that. So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, Magic's interesting. Reading it, like I originally was like, oh, well, they're buffing everything anyway, and then I realized it's not everything. So there are some things that are going to change. So the breakpoint math is going to be interesting, but then she's also getting a new effect, which could be really cool, and the team up, which is going to be really great. So
I definitely think she's going to be better. I still, even with the stuff that you're, and I didn't realize that. I totally forgot too that obviously the things that they didn't mention are staying the same. I still think she's going to be better though.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it works, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun to get to like change up how you've been playing Magic, because she's been the same since season 0, really.
Yeah,
she had like one minor change to demon damage at the beginning because it was like super overpowered.
Yeah, right.
But other than that, I mean, she's never been touched at all on any of these balance changes. So, all right, well, Moon Knight is going to be a lot more simple, but really impactful.
Yeah.
His right click now, the Moonblade, has 2 charges now. So the cooldown hasn't changed. It's 6 seconds to recharge each charge. But now, instead of right clicking once every 6 seconds, you can do it twice every 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's the one that gives him the bonus health.
Right.
That's the one that does quite a bit of damage on everyone within the Ankh, because you're usually putting down that Ankh and then bouncing it between a whole bunch of people. Yeah. This could be a huge buff for Moon Knight.
Yeah, I have heard some of the stream stuff that I was watching. I have heard a lot of people say like, "Oh man, this is gonna bring me back to playing Moon Knight, because this is gonna be such a big deal."
I mean, if you look, it's 6 seconds, right, for the thing. So they gave him, I think there's 80 damage, usually to multiple targets. I mean, 80 and then like 60 and then 40 with the fall off. But that's crazy buff when you think about it. Just handing him a casual like 100 damage, 100 plus damage every 6 seconds.
Seriously. Well, what's not going to bring people back to a character is a nerf, which is for Nick's girl Psylocke. Her burst damage is getting dialed back a bit. They are decreasing the retrieve damage of the shurikens per hit from 12 to 8. So, and that's how many shurikens does she throw? Do you know?
It's 5.
Is it 5?
It's 5. Okay. So that's a 20 damage reduction if you hit everyone on the way back, which isn't huge. It's not. I don't know if that's going to change any breakpoints either, but I don't know. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but they just keep hitting her. Now the 2 second stealth, and then this
the stealth one just like still kind of surprises me. That was like still a weird one, but
I made it harder to lord her too, because her challenge is a bunch of time in stealth, and now it took you literally like another third as long.
Right. But when you see those celestial stats, Nick, that ultimate damage, do you see it? It's rising. Still. More and more. Wait, no, that's impossible. That can't be. It's over 9,000.
Excellent. Well done. Yes, Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is getting a bunch of changes that are all going to be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the meme highlight is her ultimate damage is going from 800 to 9,999.
Amazing.
Sorry, Groot, you're not getting out of this one anymore. So it's really more of a direct Groot and Penny nerf, but
Yeah.
Disguised as Scarlet Witch buff.
There's a couple others that can get up there too.
Yeah.
I will say that I have tanked a witch ult as Penny, and like one other character too. I don't remember how, but yeah.
Yeah, I do like this because this to me is like, hey, the idea was no one
Right.
survives this.
Yeah.
But we initially thought it was kind of fun if there was some counterplay, and now we're just like, no one survives this.
Yeah.
That's not the only change she's getting though.
No.
The ultimate also is getting a slight pull effect.
Holy crap.
Within 15 meters, she's gonna pull people in during the cast charge. It's a 2.4 meter a second pull, which is not super fast. When I've watched people testing it out, it's not doing a lot, but it is going to slow people down and make it a little bit harder for them to get out of it, which is huge for a ult.
Think about this though. The base move speed is 6 meters per second. So when you just basically like flip it around of like pull speed 2.4 meters per second and assume that people are always going to be running away from you. They're running at a freaking 30% speed reduction, basically. Like that's
true. And with the slow rate changes they did to her last time, if you're chasing people, you end up slowing down by 25% towards the middle to end of your charge time. So that means that like they're always slowed
they
more than
can't
you
outrun
are.
you. Yeah.
So that's actually really nice. If you're running directly towards someone, they can't get away from you, which should mean that the floor now on a Scarlet Witch ult, if you survive, should be at least one person.
Yeah.
Great. The other big change though, and this is going to be absolutely humongous for Scarlet Witch players, is that you can now be healed by teammates while you're in Mystic Projection. So you're not entirely phased out from reality now. Your teammate can still heal you, which, I mean, I can't count the amount of times I've been projecting back towards the invisible woman on our team, and she's been throwing things straight through me, and then I come out, and before she can heal me, I get shot by someone anyway. So this is great. This is going to give her a lot more survivability.
Yeah, for sure. I want, before the game came out, I wanted Witch to be one of my main damage heroes, and it just never happened. But all between the Spotlight, I think the Witch hero Spotlight was the first one for me where I was like, whoa, like I really had my mind blown about how to use her abilities. And now with these like the subsequent buffs that she's received, I'm definitely excited to play her. And hopefully some of the Witch tax has fallen off now. I haven't heard as many people talking about throwing for picking Witch. So
I will cover it here though. She is getting a slight nerf to her team up with Doctor Strange. The explosion damage from her explosions is going from 12 to 6. I need to see, is that the main damage? So there's projectile damage, which is 10, and then there's a spell field damage, which is 6. Okay. So you're going from 22 really to 16, which is still a big change, but it's 0.15 seconds per round, so you're still doing it a lot. So yeah, I mean it's going to be a significant nerf to that thing, but that thing was a rail gun, like mini gun cannon, whatever. Pick a big gun that does a lot.
Yeah, I experienced when you've got a good witch and they're positioning correctly and unloading that thing, you're like, oh my goodness. I've seen her eat tanks so quickly with that that it's horrifying. So
yeah, as soon as that team up came out, my go-to if I'm playing DPS and we're getting rolled by like a Thing and a Hulk, if there's a Doctor Strange on my team, I'm like, okay, doesn't matter what I was doing before, I'm playing Scarlet Witch. I'm holding the team up button on the Thing and the Hulk and just melting them every time they try to do anything. But hopefully she'll still be a good answer to that. I don't want the team up to get destroyed. But
right. Well, what I do want to get destroyed is freaking Squirrel Girl, and unfortunately, that's not really happening. I'm not all that excited about any of these nerfs, to be totally honest. But she is. They say that Doreen is less of a menace from afar. I do like that they refer to her by her first name. For some reason, that sounds like more shaming, like, Doreen, stop being such a menace. Which I can vibe with. So they reduce her burst acorn damage from 110 to 100. Oh no. They increase the hit damage of Squirrel Blockade from 35 to 50. And then they increase the Mammal Bond cooldown from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. This is, I think, the bigger nerf of like all of the well, I mean, the bigger nerf of the two. So hopefully this will make her less spammy.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's I don't know. That is a problem, sure, but that's not really what I think gets me dying against Squirrel Girl. I'm just frustrated by her entire. I apologize. I don't mean to be like rude. And obviously, like the really good Squirrel Girl players, of course, like you are using a lot of skill and a lot of aim and a lot of strategy. What I don't like is how far she can get without that. She is like, her skill floor is just, maybe I will just say, I think she has the lowest skill floor of any hero in the game. At least to be able to do as much as she can do.
Yeah.
And that just kind of grinds my gears. But anyway, rant over. Sorry, Squirrel Girl players. You're sorry, Marcy, our beloved editor. I respect your Squirrel Girl lord, and I know you do more than just close your eyes and hold left click. So,
yeah. All right. Well, Josiah talked for 3 minutes about Squirrel Girl without referencing her nuts. So that's growth, I guess.
Oh, hey, yeah, no, I only talked about her acorns.
Yeah. Then we got Winter Soldier, who is getting a really cool new effect on his Trooper's Fist, which is great because that's the one that I feel is a little less useful most of the time. So his Trooper's Fist, the second strike, which is the one at the end of the dash, now applies a 1-second debuff to enemies hit, preventing them from using mobility abilities.
Yeah.
So you're getting a little bit of Earthbound on the end of your punch, which is fantastic because you pull flyers in with your hook, and now you can keep them there and just kind of delete them. So he's going to be a way better flyer answer now.
And honestly, one of the primary counters to a 1v1 with Winter Soldier is to leave the 1v1 with Winter Soldier. And now that you'll be able to do that a whole lot less, like, dang, man, imagine being a magic and like whiffing your dash and Winter Soldier just says, "You're mine." Like, you can't stepping disc out. Like, oh man, that 1 second is going to feel like an eternity when he lands it.
Yeah.
So,
there's a lot of characters that are going to have problems with this. Black Panther, if you and the Trooper's Fist has a pretty wide hitbox too, so it's pretty easy to hit that.
Yeah, it's not like magic.
This might be a pretty good dive answer too.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are in the strategist realm now, kicking it off with Invisible Women. So, she's just getting buffs, which is cool. So they increase the slow effect to enemies passing through Guardian Shield from 30 to 35%. Still never like actively noticed it. I'm sure it happens. I just don't ever see it. They do increase the invisible boundary healing per second of her ultimate from 165 to 180, which is sweet. But then the big one is new effect. This is the season of slow, apparently, between Penny and Invisible Woman and Winter Soldier demobilizing people. Now, when you're in her invisibility boundary, she slows enemies by 20%.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
That's
dang it, I do that all the time on accident.
Yeah.
So I was under the mistaken impression before this balance change happened that her ultimate already did slow people. And I had to go look at it and find out what happens now is that you get slowed when you enter or leave the boundary by 55% for a very short time. But when you're in it, if you stay in it as an enemy, you can run around full speed, which I didn't realize. Um, Now that's not going to be the case. So that's actually a huge change. I think the healing buff is way bigger than it seems.
Hmm.
Um, because
Getting
like
an
I
extra
mentioned last
15.
week, yeah, like I mentioned last week, if you're Invisible Woman and you're inside your shield, you can still be focused by like two people and get
Yeah.
killed in the middle of it, and then the whole shield goes down. So being a stationary Luna ult that can pretty easily get turned off by the team focusing on you is rough. And I know a lot of, especially at high ranks, a lot of Invisible Woman players, the strat is use your ult and go invisible and literally just hide while the ult is happening so that it
Hmm.
doesn't get shut down because people will focus you as soon as it's up. So
Yeah.
that little bit of extra healing is going to help your team quite a bit, but it also might make it easier for you to survive in your own ult, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Talk about our boy Jeff.
JF. Yeah, so this is a really cool
Yeah.
change. I wasn't sure how they were going to. We said last week that they needed to buff the defensive side of his ult, and I wasn't sure how they were going to do that. And this is fantastic. They came up with a way to do this where it doesn't require you to only use the ult as a defensive thing. You
Right.
can still try to swallow the enemy team and take them off the map, but now there's also always a defensive bonus for your team. So
Yes.
this is like what they did with Rockets, kind of. They're
Hmm.
they're doing the same kind of thing to Jeff. So what they're doing here is he leaves a healing pool now. It says an 8-meter radius. It's the same radius as his swallow
Yeah.
radius.
It's big.
It's big. He leaves a healing pool at the point of activation. So that's the place where Jeff is when he hits the Q button. There's going to be a big healing pool around that. It's not where you end up swallowing everyone.
Yeah.
And then it heals allies in range by 100 per second, and it lasts for 8 seconds. So it's not like a big circle die, but it is a significant heal.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, you can still swallow the entire enemy team and take them off the map and die.
Right. Yeah. The the only thing that I can hear people, I haven't seen anybody say this, but that I can hear people say is that this is the final nail in the coffin of Flanker Jeff, because what, you generally don't pop, like you wouldn't pop this ult next to your entire team. Usually people are trying to like get into positions where they're like, where is he? Is he far away? Is he right in front of me? Like, am I going to get got? So now it changes that a little bit, but I think that the pros just like so far outweigh the cons of that. Like too much of that like strategic mentality was based around getting like viral plays, basically, which honestly most of the time is just not going to happen anyway. So now they're like, all right, like stop trying to focus on that. You're a strategist, like take care of your team, and you still get to do all the cool stuff on top of it. So
yeah, and I mean, if you think about the new Jeff play style, where are you going to be when you pop your ult anyway?
yeah.
You're going to be right behind your team in the brawl, trying to like heal as much of your team and hit the enemy team with your left click as you can. So it shouldn't be too hard to use this now in a position that's good. So what's interesting is it gives Jeff a panic ult ability.
Mhm.
Like if your team is about to get wiped, it's not a full on big circle die, but it's a medium circle get massively injured. And so like it's not going to stop the Iron Man ult, but you can at least go, oh shoot, there's a lot of damage coming in. Punisher's using his ult or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dive under, and my team will maybe survive that, and then I can go try to take out some people on the other team. Win-win. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, who's not winning is Loki, unfortunately. And they did exactly what I predicted they were going to do. Well, not in the same way, I guess, but mostly predicted what they were going to do. So less damage, less healing, less ultimate active time. Whoa, just like hard nerfs across the board. So I said the only way they reduce his damage and healing is by dealing with his primary attack, and they did, but only for his illusions, which is interesting. So his doppelgangers now do not do 100% of his damage and healing. Now they only do 80%. So yikes. That's
with
significant.
2 illusions, that's massive. Yeah.
Yeah. I I wish there was a better way to deal with that, but I guess we'll see. And then they reduced his ultimate shapeshift period from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. And then if you are using an active duration ability, so something like Luna Snow's ultimate, they reduced the shapeshift residual period after the ability ends from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. So Loki will never get pulled out of that active ability, even if his ultimate timer ends. He would get that extra 5 seconds, but now it'll only be 3, essentially.
Well, that's 5 seconds. Well, now 3 seconds after the transformation is over, too.
Yeah.
So, I never realized this about Loki, but apparently, I was always popping the ultimate as soon as I got transformed.
Yeah, right.
But apparently, you could be Luna for 14 seconds, and then use her ult. And then get another 5 seconds of Luna at the end. Now you're talking the ult was 12 seconds. I mean, you're Luna for like over 30 seconds of a match, which is insane. So it makes sense that they kind of wanted to deal with that.
Yeah.
Now, you get 15 seconds plus whatever her ult time is 10 seconds now. So 25 seconds of Luna is the most you can have. That's a pretty big change.
I like that this is all geared toward Loki copying Luna, which of course he is almost every time.
Yeah, that was. And they even mention it in their
yeah, they do. Right.
In their explanation. And so speaking of, let's keep talking about Luna's ultimate ability, because as I just mentioned, it's going down from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Yeah. This is exactly what we were saying last week they probably need to do.
Finger on the pulse, baby.
I just love this note here. I'm going to read the description for this. They say, Solhe's ultimate ability duration is getting cooled down. See, we do nerf her. you did this once, yes.
Sure.
With the most obvious, necessary, people have been screaming it since season 0 nerf of all time. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
totally. Like I said last week too, as someone who loves playing Luna, she's one of my most played strategists. This is absolutely necessary. Absolutely. No part of me is even slightly bummed about this. It was that 2 seconds is going to make a big difference too.
Yeah. And 10 seconds of invulnerability is still amazing.
Right. 10 seconds of essentially your entire team being invulnerable.
Yeah.
And mobile is crazy. Mantis gets a really cool tweak. So the movement boost from Nature's Favor, which is her passive, now decays when getting hit instead of being straight up removed. So it used to be that once she got into combat and took a hit, her movement boost would be dropped immediately, but now it'll last for 2 seconds. And so she can still kind of get away when being dived, which is great. Because I think that's one of the best uses of that sort of thing.
We'll see if this takes her from a 56% win rate to a 60% win rate.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, across all ranks at every division.
And then we got Ultron, our last one, who, I'm going to read their description for this one too. They say Ultron's ultimate now, say that 5 times fast. Now deals extra pain.
Yeah.
No defense is too strong for the AI overlord. They say his ultimate ability deals 125% damage to bonus health now.
Yeah.
So that's a very specific damage boost to it, of specifically taking out bonus health, which is interesting.
Yeah. I feel like more and more characters are getting bonus health.
There's
bonus
a lot
health
of
abilities and things like that. So it is a good thing to get that extra pop in the beginning of his ultimate.
Yeah.
So
well, and Phoenix, they had just released specifically removing bonus health from everyone, right? And we saw how many things were affected by that. So it looks like they're adding a lot of bonus health to people, and then they're also adding more tools to other characters to deal with it specifically. So sure, we'll take a little bit more damage from Ultron. Yeah.
Well, team up wise, I know we did talk a bit about these last week. What do we still want to cover here? Should we talk about Angela and Thor's here or in her hero?
Let's talk about it in her hero spotlight.
Okay, cool.
Just the basic rundown that we've got already is There's an Angela and Thor team up that's coming. We'll talk about that in a minute. We've talked about Magic is getting added to the Doctor Strange Wanda team up. She's getting chains that, tie people together and make it easy for her to woof, 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 melee and kill everyone.
Yep.
That was the
give
demon
me
going. Woof,
give,
woof, woof, woof.
give me that SFX pack, please. I want to spawn the demon and just hear woof, 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 woof.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is, And then they got rid of. They actually have a typo here. They say it's Magic and Psylocke, but it's Magic and Black Panther. They got rid of the dimensional shortcut team up. So Black Panther can't teleport back.
Yeah,
anymore.
how funny, because Psylocke got removed from that a while ago to be added to Emma
when Emma came in.
Yeah.
And then they added Black Panther to the Hulk team up, much to everyone's dismay.
As I
He's getting a gamma shield every time you almost kill him. So.
Yeah, which you won't anyway. Cool. Well, exciting stuff. I've heard a lot of really good feedback about this balance post from the community. People seem really excited, talking about how they're hitting on a lot of the things that the community's been begging for. And yeah, season 4 seems like it's going to be off to a great start.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this. This is a lot of good changes and Black Panther.
But before we get there, Sebastian, tell us what time it is.
Hey, chat. Sebastian Stan here, armed and dangerous again.
Thank you very much, Sebastian. Armed and dangerous. We had another great game with our community this week. Cutting things pretty close in both rounds, but my team snuck out ahead just at the halfway point of both rounds. I feel you guys were punishing us for a while there, but then we.
How about that? I never. Well, I wasn't feeling good this game. I never felt like I was doing much of anything, but we'll get there.
I felt like I was getting bullied by your AI. Especially as like solo healer Ultron. I just felt like every time, every single one of my deaths just felt like I was letting my team down because they didn't have anybody to support them. But I'm pretty proud of my DPS and healing. I got most healing in the game as Ultron, so that's I did my job.
Both Ultrons were fantastic. So here's what happened this game for those of you who weren't there. I got really excited because I had 2 incredible human supports, and Josiah only had himself playing Ultron. I was like, we got this. We got this so much.
Yeah.
And both supports were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, you look at their stats, you look at how it went. They were doing great. The problem was I only had 3 people and Josiah had 4. And I was playing Blade, which meant that because I had 2 human supports, I had 2 AI damage dealers and an AI thing against your one AI thing, 1 AI damage dealer who did really well, and then 2 really great DPS players.
Right.
Or 3 really great DPS players. Yeah, you had 3 human DPS players.
Yep. Yeah. That for sure. I mean, and Human Torch, my gosh, like getting someone who knows how to play Human Torch really well as Human Torch is super scary. But I will say that honestly, like the things were really stupid in that they would like charge in way too deep.
I had one just charge right off a cliff at me. Yeah, I just stepped out of the way.
I heard you say that.
Matador style, and he just went straight off the side of the Wakandan cliffs.
I will say I was pretty surprised with how competent your AI Human Torch felt.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you can see it in his damage too. Like he did a lot of damage. But fun game. Looking forward to this week.
I think I just should have had 1 bot support and had one of those 2 go to a DPS, and I think it would have been a way closer game.
Yeah. It's funny how we keep like unraveling the meta of Armed and Dangerous. Each game we play, we're now we'll be like, okay, can someone please play?
Yeah,
one of these. Yeah,
it's all about the bot meta of figuring out how to ration the bots and your humans, because the humans are always better.
And hopefully I know it's been a little tough just because of obviously life going on, Nick moving to the other side of the country, and just us, like, we changed the time a couple times.
On like an hour before.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm glad we got the people that we
Anyone.
did. But hopefully we can not worry about the bot meta anymore as these go on. So
yeah, before we started moving the time all over the place, we were getting pretty close to just being full. So
yeah. Well, for this week, as our first Armed and Dangerous in season 4, we both gotta draft Angela immediately. We're both super excited about her, and we did that last season with or in 3.5 with Blade. So she's going to be an insta lock and both of our captains. We talked about doing some fun stuff with the arcade mode, but I was saying that I feel like for the first battle of the season, maybe we just stick with the traditional route, and then we start doing some of that. Nick had a really good idea for all flyers, Armed and Dangerous, that maybe we'll get in next week.
Yeah. So let's do our one lock-in strategist to start, and then we just have to draft 4 more because I don't have Angela in here yet.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Okay, so your lock-in strategist, you get either Jeff or Cloak and Dagger.
I am going to go with Cloak and Dagger.
All right. And I get Invisible Woman or Loki. And Invis got some new things to deal with. And Loki just got nerfed. So I think I'm taking her. All right. Now we're on to any role. And you get Jeff or Magneto.
I'm going to go with Magneto.
All right. I get Spider-Man or Psylocke.
Ooh.
The question is just, do I get a human being who knows how to play Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take Spider-Man.
Yeah, that could be really scary.
We have people call in saying, "Hey, where's the Spider-Man thing? I'm a Lord Spider-Man. One of you needs to show up and
show
play
us." Right. Where's the Spider-Man feature? Here's the Spider-Man feature.
It's you. All right, you get the Thing or Black Panther?
Oh man, do I get a human Black Panther? I did last time and it turned out pretty well, so I'm going to go with Black Panther.
This is going to be a gross game. I already hate it. But
Yeah.
we're going to be up in the sky. We're fine.
Right. Oh my gosh.
I get Mantis or Black Panther. Do I do it?
Oh gosh.
No, I think I'm going to take Mantis.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a Black Panther counter. She can sleep him.
You get locked into 3 tanks. So are you taking Emma or Captain America?
I mean, Angela's already kind of like DPS-y hybrid. I got to go with Emma so that my boy Magneto gets a team up.
Nice. That's a pretty good team comp so far. I'm going to get Rocket or Star-Lord.
Ooh.
Well, let's go Star-Lord.
Yeah. He might not be able to ult people through walls anymore, but he's still good.
All right. And for your last pick, Cap or Storm?
Dear goodness. All Vanguards all the time. Well, we're flying. Does Storm make sense for that? Looking at your team comp, yeah. Star-Lord might be a problem. Do I dare go just like hard Vanguard?
Just goats. Go all tanks, one strategist, and Black
Panther. What? Screw it. Let's do it. Freaking, he can do this all day, Captain America.
Oh boy. All right, please give me Wolverine. No, okay. The Punisher or Cap? I'm gonna take the Punisher and just melt you down. That's what I gotta do.
That's not gonna be good. Yeah, I have no answer to you on my team. And you have Star-Lord and the Punisher, which are both gonna be harassing me mid-flight.
Yeah, well, maybe I can win one this season.
Yeah. And I only have one strategist. Dang. Yeah, I'm probably not in good shape, but it's
say that every week, and then you win. So
yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Well, we've hyped her up enough. Angela, let's talk about her. It's all right. It's okay. Flying Wolverine with Booba isn't real. She can't hurt you. Enter.
So accurate.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about that one. Enter Angela, who can and will, in fact, hurt you. Oh man, we are in for a good time, I think, with this Vanguard. I talked about. I mean, we talked about how much we thought Blade was going to shake up things in the meta, and like honestly, I don't know that really much did happen. I think partially because people really struggled with him, but also because the devs said that they were very careful with him. They didn't want him to like just absolutely crush everything. I feel like Angela is probably going to be now the biggest shakeup we've seen.
I think they were careful with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super excited, but I'm a little worried, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same. But to get my other meme out of the way for all my FromSoft fans out there, I'm a simple man. I see Melania, Blade of Mikola, Goddess of Rot, and I like. Angela has an uncanny appearance to the most infamous boss in Elden Ring. So hopefully, if Angela is as dominant as we feel that she's going to be, we get our Marvel rivals let me solo her in the game to to take out the Angelas, because I also love, there's this YouTuber who I'm not familiar with him. I haven't watched any of his stuff, but I saw this absolutely insane clickbait title on his video. YouTuber Clouded Rio. And the title of the video says, "Angela sucks. I was wrong. Marvel Rivals," all caps. And it's a picture of Angela with a big red low tier plastered over the front. And his clickbait worked. I clicked it and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And he starts off the video where he's like, guys, like, we're all on the same page, right? Like, everybody understands the assignment, right? Like, we need to keep Angela for the Vanguard, so we have to spread the word that she sucks, that she's not any good, so that all the thirsty DPS players don't play her, and us Vanguards can have one for us.
Finally have some fun, yeah.
Yeah, and boy, are the Vanguard's gonna have some fun. I mean, do you have anything to say before we get into her kit?
Just that the more I've looked at it, the more what I joked about with you last week. I don't know if it was on the podcast or just in text messages.
It's just about text, I think.
So in Overwatch 1 and 2, I hardcore no-lifed playing Wrecking Ball. Like, he was basically the only character I played for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Much more than I have with any character in this game. And when we started playing Rivals, you know, I was looking for what is Ball? Like, where's Ball in this one? What's my Hamtaro for this game?
Right.
And everyone kind of pointed you towards Venom because he swings around and he has the dive from the sky and does a little bit of disruption and gets out. And that's true, but it didn't really capture. It didn't capture the part of Ball. Well, I didn't realize it until Angela, but it didn't capture the part of Ball that I liked. And the part of Ball that I liked was not diving in and doing a little bit of disruption, getting out. It was coming in like a wrecking ball and knocking people out into Mars and just ruining any sort of team cohesion that the other enemy team had. And so, you know what? Flying Wolverine, kidnapping people, flying from the sky, just taking someone and saying, "Nope, you're mine now." Yeah. That is what I wanted with Wrecking Ball, and it's finally time. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yep, I am. I've watching her gameplay. I've been really hyped with how much DNA she shares with Magic too, with just like her kind of like winding up, like getting ready for one big thing and then executing somebody with it. Like hers is just more like displacement oriented and things like that, which is also super cool. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with Angela, and I'm at least a little bit glad that we don't play together all the time, so that we're not fighting fighting over her, because I do agree that she fits what you've been looking for more than like what I have been necessarily. So I feel like I would have to relent to you, but I don't want to. So, well, let's jump in. So her attacks, she got 2 left clicks. She's got a left click while flying and a left click while on the ground. So while flying, she has the Spear of Icors. And she lunges forward with her spear, dealing damage that increases with attack charge. We'll get into that in a second. At full attack charge, the Spiel of Icor, the Spiel of Iker can deal more damage and launch up enemies. So a note about a couple things here. Let's just talk about attack charge right away. So Angela has this meter that fills around her reticle. That as we talk about this, you'll see a lot of different things fill it. Flying around fills it. Blocking damage fills it. And as it fills, when it fills, her abilities do more damage. So there's that. And then a note I wanted to make about the spear specifically is that launch up. I actually I kind of hope they change that. To me, it's just a total typo. It's not a launch up. The thing, Yancey Street Charge is a launch up. Clobber in Time is a launch up. This is a knockback. So it lifts. Yes, it does technically lift the character, but it pushes them way farther than it lifts them vertically. So this is already where you can begin to see some of that Wrecking Ball DNA of knocking people off of things as you're flying in full speed ahead like a wrecking ball and getting those environmental kills that we know that Nick is very keen on. As he Jack Nicholson smiles and nods directly to the camera right now. Well, her second ability, her second primary, is the axes of now I'm very self-conscious. I can't remember how to pronounce Icors. It's not Icors. I think it's Icors.
I've always said it that way, but then they said Icors in the thing.
I think actually it's Icors, and they threw me off.
Yeah, I think that's
All right, Icors.
That's what we'll claim.
Yeah. So she alternates powerful strikes forward with twin axes, dealing increased damage as attack charge grows. The fourth strike propels you forward in a swift dash. So this is her grounded abilities. When she's not flying around, her melee attacks are axes. And from the gameplay I've seen, they're freaking hard to get away from because of that forward momentum she gets, much like the Thing with his haymaker. She is chasing you down as you're trying to get away. The fourth strike also does more damage, and when you start off chains with full attack charge on these, oh my gosh, she's dealing 200 and something damage with this 4-hit combo. There's just now she has to have the wind up of the attack charge. Otherwise it's kind of middling damage, but yeah, she's got that coiled Viper potential.
And the other thing is just that this kit has so much synergy. Part of the reason why it's so hard to escape from is, yes, the fourth strike pushing you forward a little bit, which is great because by that point, people are usually trying to escape, right? But also because both of the abilities that we'll get to that put you on the ground and give you this ability in the first place, also keep people from running away.
Yep.
And so you're just really getting into the spot where you are landing, you're creating a zone in one way or another of if you do not commit everything you have to getting away, you're dead, right. And then you get back up into the sky and find your next prey. I mean, she's a vulture. It's just,
yep.
She's circling, waiting for the moment, and then diving right in.
She's also just so freaking cool. When she's flying around, she pops out that freaking Final Fantasy VII Sephiroth one-winged angel, golden wing, and is flying around with a massive spear. Oh my gosh, her aesthetic is peak. Well, speaking of flying, so her let me talk about her E ability actually. So while she's on the ground, her E is Wingblade Ascent, where she does kind of like a Doctor Strange flight, leap up into the air and enters her flight mode, which equips her spear, and she can free fly infinitely. There's no limit to her flight. It's not
It's
what
her default mode.
yeah, it's her default mode. So it's not what I think we might have speculated about a flying Vanguard in the past, where they have like temporary flight. Like, no, she's a straight up flyer.
Yeah.
And now, when she is in the air, her E is a different ability. It's Divine Judgment. And with this one, this is what Nick was talking about. She dives downward, switches to her axes, and infuses the ground with Ichors to create a Divine Judgment zone upon impact. Within the zone, she gains enhanced speed and attacks grant bonus health to self and nearby allies. My goodness, that is crazy. And also, I saw some testing. If you hit someone with the spear while you're falling, that does damage too, in addition to the Judgment Zone. And it doesn't say this either in this ability description. Again, classic Marvel Rivals. The Divine Judgment Zone does tick damage. It's not like a ton, but it's like 5 damage per second for 12 seconds.
Oh, that's different than what I heard. I heard it was 10 damage for 8 seconds. But it's some small amount that does add up over time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing to say about this is so we haven't mentioned this yet, but right now she has a team up anchor bonus of 100 plus max health. And that only puts her at 550. So she's existing at 450. Like we thought, a flying Vanguard is going to have to be less heavy duty.
Right.
But this E ability, when you put her on the ground, it changes her really into more of a tank mode, where you're granting bonus health to yourself whenever you're in the zone. And I think it's while you're attacking while you're in the zone too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, every hit gives you bonus health.
Yeah, and so she can get up to 700-800 when she's down doing that and like getting a bunch of hits off. And it's also giving bonus health to your allies. Like in the preview video of her, the Punisher is in a turret and she comes in and does this zone, and he's getting bonus health every time she's attacking because he's in that zone. So this really is like a good peel tool as well.
Yeah.
You dive in on someone who's getting divin, and and you get more health and they get more health and you're doing damage and they can move faster and help you like catch this person that's fighting them or run away or whatever.
Right.
Like it's such a great peel tool, which is amazing for a Vanguard to have this much mobility. She really is the AC-130 for your team, standing up there, seeing what needs to be done, then diving in either to take out an enemy who just got too far away and is in, down an alleyway, and or to peel for your own team.
Right.
I'm very excited about this because she's going to be very good if you're playing as a team player.
Yeah.
In a very exciting way to play as a team player,
Yes.
which I think is what Vanguards usually suffer from.
Yep.
Is playing well as a Vanguard usually isn't as fun. This is going to be fun.
Right. And no shade to my boy Doctor Strange, but I think when people think about what Nick's talking about, which is like playing defensively, it's holding a button and standing. Like it's opening up a shield and just kind of like being there. Which can have its own thrill of like feeling significant and important and blocking, team wiping ultimates. Like there is big exciting value in that. It's just not the same.
Falcon diving.
Yeah, exactly. Well, right. And I was going to say, you mentioned Vulture. Well, and then the AC-130, but sticking with the bird theme, I was going to say she's the peregrine falcon. She's the one that dives down 100 miles an hour to pick her target and just absolutely eliminate somebody, or dives down quickly to save somebody, which is super cool. Yeah, well, continuing with the theme of defense and saving people, let's talk about her shield stance. So her right click, whether she's holding her axes or her spear, transforms her Icarus into a shield, gaining attack charge when absorbing damage. So this shield, if I remember correctly, I don't have the number, I think it's 350. I think it's 350 damage absorption. And it's on like basically no cooldown. I think if it has a cooldown, it's like 1 second or less. So much like Cap and Strange and Blade to some extent, she can and should weave this into her combos to block attacks and things like that.
You can also do it while she's flying. So
yes,
you can
be
flying at high speed.
Yes.
And protecting yourself, which is going to be necessary because you're diving straight at people. And what she doesn't have, which a lot of people have noted, is any sort of CC immunity. So for a melee flying character to not be able to protect themselves from penny webs and stuff like that, she's going to need to be able to protect herself from damage when she gets cut out.
Yeah. Well, Nick is transitioning me to all the abilities very thematically. Speaking of flying at high speeds, Assassin's Charge is her shift ability, which is arguably the coolest part of her kit. Yes, Nick pumps his fist in the air. So upon using shift,
what makes this character for me.
Yeah, sure. and it ties everything together too. Like all of her abilities make more sense with this one thing. So Assassin's Charge, she enters an accelerated state, dash state, becoming immune to knockback and launch up. So that's the only kind of anti-CC that she has.
Right.
And then enemies that are struck head on are carried through the air for a short distance. So Assassin's Charge, to my knowledge, has no restriction to its like limit. Like there's no ability duration. She charges until she hits something. Is that right?
It has energy.
Okay, it does.
Yeah, there's a meter on the side. So you can't do it super long. It's kind of the length of like a Wolverine kidnap.
Are you sure about that?
I'm 100% sure about that, yes.
Okay. Wolverine kidnapped, that's like 1 second though. A Wolverine kidnaps like 1 to 2 seconds. Are you sure it's that slow is what I mean? It's that low.
Yeah, it's not super long.
Okay. All right.
But she's always flying really fast. She doesn't need this as a movement ability. Like it does accelerate her even more. But the her default flying rate is faster than all the other flyers by quite a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
So it feels like she's doing it for a long time, but people are only hitting it right when they're about to.
Got it. Okay. I guess I missed that part of it. Well, yeah. While you're doing this, okay. All right. So then that means that while she's holding, so she's probably not holding her shield while she's using Assassin's Charge. I guess I just assumed that Assassin's Charge was her fast flight mode.
Right. And that's what's crazy is it's not. Her fast flight mode is just literally her flying.
Wow.
Like that's just her flying in general.
Gosh, that's freaking crazy.
That is the other thing that says Wrecking Ball to me is like your movement is insane. And then, at the right moment you can just become a sledgehammer and knock someone into next week.
Right. Well, and here's the thing is this ability. So when she consumes her attack charge with her spear, normally it completely depletes the attack charge in 1 hit. And for the axes, it's 2 hits to completely deplete the attack charge. But while you're using the Assassin's Charge, when you grab people, that doesn't count. It's not your primary attack. So first you grab people and run away with them. And let's say you're going for an environmental kill. Let's make this scenario 1. You're going for an environmental kill. You kidnap someone, but you can't get them quite close enough. Well, then you use your spear primary attack, which is at full attack charge now, and it does more damage, but also importantly, according to the ability description, launches up. But remember, it's not really a launch up, it's a knockback. Then it pushes them even further and secures you that environmental kill. That's scenario one. Scenario two is you just kidnap someone like Wolverine, and now you've got him in a corner, and you poke him with a very high damage single hit spear, and then you can unleash the rest of your kit on him, which is you're going to kill them as if you were Wolverine.
Right. So this I was watching Flats's preview, well his VOD of his preview stream of playing Angela, and he was struggling with her at the beginning because he was trying to play her more traditionally. And then what he realized was just flying around and kidnapping someone, pulling them into your team or pulling them off the map or pulling them into an alley and murdering them and then getting back to it really was the way. It was a lot of running around and seemingly not doing much and then targeted assassinations, right? It really is like a dive kind of thing. Yeah. And that was the moment that made me click of, oh my goodness, this is Wrecking Ball, right? So let me teach everyone how to Wrecking Ball via Angela. So you're gonna fly around up in the sky until your meter is 100%. Don't charge in unless your meter is 100%.
Yeah, right.
Then you're gonna find a nice target. Maybe they're a strategist. Maybe there's someone who's wandered a little too close to the edge of the map. Maybe there's someone in the front line, and you just want to take the front line tank and pull them into your team, who's all deathballing. So you're gonna come from an angle that people aren't expecting, up behind, over a shoulder somewhere. You're going to swoop in at as top speed as you possibly can, angling right at this person. Use your shield if you need to, if people can see you. At the last moment, you're going to hit the assassin's charge and carry them as far as you possibly can. If you can pull them off a ledge and they die, great. If not, you do what Josiah said. If you're right on the edge, you hit them with the spear and launch them off the edge. If you can't, you hit them with the spear to launch them up so that they're still juggled. Then you hit your E and you land on the ground right where they are. And they get slowed and they don't get slowed, but you get quickened and they have a hard time getting out. And then you just beat on them with the axes until they're dead.
Right.
Then you immediately hit the E to get back up in the air and you get out. And then you got 12 seconds before you can do the E again to get down on the ground. So you go circle again and you get your speed back up. Right. And you wait for your next target. This is what you do.
Repeat.
Never stay in a fight unless you're doing the peeling for your team thing.
Here is going to be, now we still have our ultimate to cover, but here already is just going to be like the main problem with Vanguard, with Angela. She is not going to be able to solo tank. No. That is going to be really, really bad. And I think in where we still are in kind of a solo tank crisis, I think there's going to be a ton of people who really want to play Angela. I think a large percentage of those people are going to be duelists.
Because a large percentage of people are duelists, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're going to have a lot of solo tank Angelas because people see, oh, there's a Vanguard, it's fine. And it's never fine, gang, listen in, but it's going to really not be fine when it's Angela because of this play style that she has. Now obviously, go ahead.
I am a little worried that we might see her not look that great at the end of the season for the same reason The Thing didn't look great when he came out, which is just that, like, people saw, oh, you're playing The Thing, they had him solo tank, and The Thing is another Vanguard that should not be solo tanking.
This is my prediction. My prediction is even more so than Ultron. I do not think that it's true that Ultron is third strategist. Ultron is perfectly fine as second strategist. I think that Angela is probably going to be a lot of the time like a replacement for a DPS, with that extra survivability and like especially peel ability that she has.
But if we've been playing 1-3-2 this whole time, and Angela replaces that third duelist.
It's true.
And we're in 2-2-2. Like that's a pretty good improvement. Yeah. It might be a smart way for them to develop it.
Honestly.
Throw in a hybrid. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about our ultimate, which is really interesting, really weird, and really crazy, and actually really buggy. Buggy and like genuinely broken. So we'll see if how much of this information is relevant when this is live. So Heaven's Retribution. Thank freaking goodness. just like I was hoping in the announcement trailer. I'm like, I hope that is her voice line, and she yells submit in the trailer, and it is, if you're fighting her. This is going to be I have a great Reddit take save for this that we haven't got to yet, just because it hasn't fit in. The enemy ultimate voice lines are almost always way cooler than your team voice lines. If you are playing as Angela, it's still cool. She says, heaven fall. But anyway, so she wraps her spear in the ribbons around her arm and hurls it with force. Upon impact, the ribbons bind nearby enemies. And then Angela gets a second pop up on her queue where she can leap to the spear's location, damaging surrounding enemies and creating a divine judgment zone, just like with her divine judgment E ability. So pretty self-explanatory. The binding nearby enemies it's disabling their movement abilities. It's giving them it's an actual tether. So the farther they walk away from this center point with the ribbons, the more they get slowed in this circle. If they get far enough away, they break the tether and they get away.
No.
Huh?
No, they do not. There are certain movement abilities that they aren't able to do movement. Okay, this was one of the things I was watching on TDT trying to break this thing, and he succeeded at breaking this thing a lot. But a default movement for a character cannot get out of it. They get stuck on the edge of the ring, and they can't leave it. What you can do is the spear that's in the ground in the middle has health, and you can destroy the spear and get out. And then if you get somehow knocked out of it, then it'll break it.
Okay, because I was gonna say I saw a lot of people get out of it by using so here let me talk about the thing that's really buggy about it. Sure. If you have something that blocks damage in any way, so like Doctor Strange's shield, Magneto's shield, his bubble, even Emma's shield if you're standing at the right angle, and she throws it and it lands and you're within the radius, you won't get tethered. It won't affect you. So you can obviously just walk away from it at that point. Or the other weird thing is, so let's say Emma and her diamond form, if she's in diamond form when the spear lands, she can lunge out of it and break the tether. But if she switches to diamond form after it lands, she can't lunge out of it. So this is where it's broken. It's doing a registration on the initial hit. It's like taking the status of the hero on the initial impact, and it's like keeping that whatever status they had, if they were in a place where they could perform a movement ability, like because of a special status like Emma's diamond form, they get to keep doing that thing. But if they're not, then it doesn't work. But there were so many heroes that it works with that are able to break out of the tether that I guess I just misunderstood and thought that if you got far enough away, you could break out of it.
Yeah, no, if you're not in one of those weird special circumstances, of which you're right, it's numerous and strange and hard to predict. Like Hulk transforming, breaks it.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, his portal will try to pull him back in if both portals are inside the area. But if one portal is outside, then it'll get away. But just walking around on your own without any sort of assistance, you can't get out.
Okay.
But there's definitely a lot of weirdness with this. Did you see the Magneto thing?
Which one?
So she ults and throws the spear, and Magneto ults and catches it in his ult because it's a projectile. And it's literally sticking out of the big purple ball over his head, just there.
Yeah.
And if she tries to use her ult again, like the second, like she gets the second button.
Yeah,
right?
she dives into it.
It just doesn't do anything. No, it literally does nothing. And you're just like, wait, what? Like you thought you had an ult and it didn't. It's very weird. There's definitely going to be a lot of patches of interactions on this.
Yeah, they're obviously testing something new, and it is really cool. The other one that I saw is of her pinning people with Assassin's Charge in the ultimate and flying them toward the edge where the tether rebounds, and it just like on the rebound it does damage to a hero, and it just does like infinite rebound and just deletes someone from full health instantly. The other really funny one I saw that actually is going to be really interesting. There's a number of abilities that could make this really wild. Some combos. She throws it, so it doesn't need to be at the ground. It'll stick to any surface. There was one where it was. I saw her. I was watching some gameplay, and she throws it. Like I think she whiffs it in the gameplay and then like discovers some hidden potential where she throws it like at the side of a cliff that the enemy team is jumping off of, and it tethers a bunch of them as they're jumping off and dangles them like marionettes off the edge of the cliff, and they don't get out of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so there's going to be some wild tech with this.
Yeah, and a lot of it will probably get patched out, right? So
yeah,
this is one of those weird ults where at the beginning, depending on which way all of the weird tech goes, this may feel really bad at the beginning, or it may feel really broken. But over time, like Luna's like infinite cycle of both damage and healing, right? That felt super broken, and then they patched that out.
Yeah.
There's other things that they'll probably patch out that'll make it feel better, like all the heroes where it just doesn't work for some reason. Right. So this one, give the ultimate some time. If nothing else, it's another E ability basically. It's another E ground slam to get down and kill some people, but with the added effect that like they're probably not getting out of that area unless they have something special. Penny, however, can transform into her ult inside of it.
Yeah, and run out.
Just straight up run out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that's what it's things like, and there are so many things like that's what made me think that I knew that you were tethered, but for some reason I thought if you were just like walking, you could get out. But
I think in Penny's case, it's because in her ult she's unstoppable.
Yeah,
and she also changed forms, sort of.
Yeah. But regardless, I mean, even if / when they inevitably patch all that stuff out, like I love the like cage match abilities. I've always thought that was super cool in games, and especially in a game like this, like think of the setup potential, dude. Like this you can create so many disgusting kill boxes on the enemy team. And this thing, I don't have it in front of me. It lasts for a while. It's over. I'm pretty sure it's over 10 seconds, which again is crazy at choke points to be able to grab an entire enemy team basically and like force them into a Blade ult and they all die, or an Iron Man ult, or a Scarlet Witch ult, or like so many other options. Like this is still
force a C9.
Yeah, force a C9. Throw this on their spawn as your cart's approaching. Like, dang, so many options. Options. Well, let's talk about her team up with Thor to close it out, just to touch on it one more time. So for Thor, it's called Thunderstrike Pike. He gets a C ability where he basically gets kind of like a mini. It feels kind of like a mini ult from her, where he hurls a Thunder Ichor spear that restores Thor Force for each enemy struck. And then, much like her ultimate, he can tap it again to leap to the spear's explosion point, dealing a second wave of damage to all enemies within range. Super freaking cool.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really nice part of his combo rotation, and just his ability to dive into fights and deal a ton of damage and get that Thor Force to allow him to either exit the fight or kidnap someone himself a little bit by smacking them with his hammer dive. And
getting the bonus health off of consuming the extra Thor Force, there's a lot that this gives him.
Well, and think about the again, like is it the quite the meta that people look at when they think of vanguards? No. But think of what Thor, Angela as your two vanguards mean. Like, when you think of this ability, they're clearly designing this to be used with Angela diving people and now Thor diving the same target, creating that judgment zone, giving herself bonus health and Thor bonus health as they bully people out of existence.
Yeah,
Like,
you just have these two giant DPS on you out of absolutely nowhere.
yeah. So I'm super excited about that. I think that Angela is going to be a ton of fun. I wonder how hard she is going to be, if how much of that blade effect she's going to have of people just like seeing how cool her kit is, wanting to try her out, and just like sucking. They do list her as a 4-star difficulty, which does feel right for not for once, but does feel like they nailed it with her kit. Yeah.
So basically, this season, whenever we do get to play together, which will be more this season, by the way, because we're going to be in the same time zone.
That's right.
We're either playing Angela Thor or we're playing Doctor Strange Magic. Right?
Yes. Agreed. Yeah, I am 100% on board with that for sure.
Cool.
My last kind of, I mentioned with Emma that I had a hot take about Emma I was going to come back to at the Angela point. So I do feel like we have a kind of weird problem, and I'm not sure how it gets fixed. I had said at one point, I don't remember what the context was, but I had said that I felt like there wasn't cool creep happening with the heroes, that I felt like they were really interesting, but that they didn't just like invalidate other heroes. You know what I think I said? I think it was more along the lines of power creep, that I didn't feel that new heroes were just straight up more powerful than old heroes. That is still true. I do feel like we have a cool creep problem though, and not like it's funny to say, but like actually seriously, potentially. Think about Emma and how like fun she is to play. Like that was one of the, I mean, that's the reason why she became my main and why she kicked out Doctor Strange. Not that Doctor Strange isn't fun to play, but just that Emma is so like slick and smooth and engaging, and all her combos feel like super like natural and just fun to play. Angela seems like she's jumping right in there with that territory. And I don't know, like as the devs get like a better handle on their own game and like figure out what they can do and can't do, it's kind of like Mercy in Overwatch, where like they like hold right click to heal, hold left click to damage boost. And then you have Kiriko, which is like click this to buff your allies and sleep a target and cure them from things. And also she can do damage at the same time, whereas Mercy can't do any damage. Like I feel like there is a little bit of that where like Emma and Angela just feel like they're going to be, I mean, Emma we already have, but Angela feels like she's going to be in the same boat, where like the two of them distinctly feel like the most fun vanguards to play. And I what do you think about that?
So I've got a few different lines of thought on that. Mm-hmm. First one I would say is I agree, but I think that's one, by design, and two, kind of inevitable, even if they weren't doing it by design.
Sure.
So on the one hand, there's the marketing aspect of it, where as the game goes on, they're going to need to convince everyone like this hero is even cooler than the last one that you did or didn't come back to try, right? So they're going to kind of be tempted to do that anyway. On the gameplay side, however, though, some of it is them just knowing the game better and being able to find cooler niches.
Right.
But there's also just the inevitable reality that as they add more characters, they have to make them more specified and niche, and therefore like usually more complex to make that work. Like you can have the Punisher who's just shooting things as a launch character, but you can't add the Punisher or you can't add a different version of the Punisher 8 years later and have people be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like you already have the Punisher and Squirrel Girl just pumping down a whole bunch of damage that never, you know what I mean? So you got to find more interesting niches. And as you do that, the flying Vanguard that can be on the ground as well, like with a lot of displacement, like there's no way to not have that get more and more cool creep, right?
Yeah, I wonder like and I obviously this is a ridiculous thing to say, but like I almost feel like she's too cool. I feel like she's got so much going for her that like I don't know. I worry, and I felt kind of the same way with Emma, but to a different degree, that like, holy crap, she can be unstoppable. How much? Wait, she can choke slam. Wait, not only can she choke slam people, but she can displace people. Wait, the displacement can kill people? Like, you know, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think other than other than 3 of the 4 Fantastic Four members, they've kind of all felt like that when they came out. Like I Invisible Woman was the first one to me that when we got the trailer,
Invisible
like,
Woman had that.
Whoa, she can do this and she can do that, and whoa, like, you know, there's so much going on here.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Emma was the next one after that, and we've been talking about that. But Ultron, like, had a whole bunch of cool, like, whoa, he's a flyer and he's a strategist and he can heal infinitely, and, you know, he's got this other thing. People complained at the time because the kit actually is pretty simple.
Yeah.
But it is still a really cool, unique, cool factor kind of thing, and it's Ultron.
Right. Yeah.
Phoenix with the explosions, like Blade with all of his crazy lifesteal things, like they've all kind of been like that. I don't know if I really think it's increasing every time.
Okay.
But the one thing I do want to say also is if they are doing cool creep on these, they need to with Vanguards. That's the entire point.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And so the 2 that you're saying stand out the most are her and Emma, and that's a good thing. Like Emma did a lot of good towards people not wanting to play Vanguard. And you see Emma a lot.
Yeah.
And if we see Emma and her a lot, that could be a pretty cool team up. I think they're going to cover a lot of each other's weaknesses.
Yeah.
Not that I think so too. Many weaknesses, but I mean, if that gets people playing 2 Vanguard comps, that's a good thing for the game, right? So
right, and that was the other part of why it was tying into her balance patch, is because I don't think you're going to see basically any decrease in Emma pick rate, because it isn't just about her output, it's about how fun she feels to play, and she is, I think, pretty. I mean, obviously, like it's an opinion, but she is like the most engaging of the Vanguards to play right now. And I guess my other question, I don't want to keep this going forever, but my other thing is like, can they or should they go back and do what they've done, like with the Thing? We've already seen a little bit of that, of them adding in like stuff that makes him more engaging and more viable. More importantly than engaging, honestly, is viable, and like ramp up the other Vanguards.
I don't know what to say, because that was literally the point I was going to make next. That was like the next thing I was going to say.
So, yeah.
Was, you know, like they're probably going to have to go back to a couple other characters and give them the Thing treatment. Because the thing was great. It was simple. His kit is still actually really simple when you're playing it.
He just has potentially 9 active abilities at once.
Right, but each of them aren't like super complex to figure out. Like there's leap towards the ally, there's leap towards the enemy, and they both do the same thing otherwise. You know, so they could probably do that and add something to Cap or Venom or someone who, like, where it does something very similar to what they're already doing, but just gives a different flavor. I don't know.
Give Cap the dap with everyone. Oh man. Well, cool. Angela flying into the game and into our hearts. We can't wait, but we'll have to, because, well, aside from the fact that season 4 is not out yet, it's time for the Reddit take of the week.
All right, Josiah, so I got a video for you.
Yes.
Which we watched right before this, so that we're not, you know, slowly watching it. But the Thing throwing Wolverine all the way around the first point in Central Park.
Yeah.
He grabs Groot, throws him almost to the edge. Then Groot saves himself with the wall, and then literally Fortnite builds his way all the way back to the point and survives. I don't know who I'm more impressed with.
I know. Same. Like the amount of aggregate IQ in this video is is terrifying. I love the top comment is just a picture of Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek looking at a screen with a hand on his chest in a clutching his pearls motion with like a look of equal parts like can't take my eyes away interest and disgust of like dear goodness like what the heck did I just watch. When you see a play that is just like so good, you're like almost just disgusted by it. Yeah, I love that insane Groot tech of like creating first a straight vertical wall to keep himself from falling off, then a slanted wall on the side of the map over a pit of death. Like there's nothing for him to land on except for this ramp to allow him to get enough height to jump off to create another wall directly under his feet to again stop from falling into the pit of death and walk back into the point. Like incredible.
That's the move for when you try to do the Groot flank on that point. So he has it memorized for sure.
Yeah.
But what was amazing to me was the Ironwood wall right at the beginning, right on the edge of the cliff to give him just a little extra lip to survive being launched up by the Wolverine. That was, man, so good.
One also, can dream to be this competent.
Also, I didn't realize that the fastball special, he could turn that far.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did like a full 180.
Well, he turns, but when you're watching he lands and then picks him up again because he does the fastball special and then he kidnaps him.
Right, but he still does a full 180.
Yeah, he does. That guy must like on my Razor, I can swap my DPI like by clicking a button. I can make it custom whatever I want. He must have one that goes just like to 10,000 to just to flip himself like that. Oh man, good times.
All right, well then I got another one for you that's super short. It just says, "Please show Hulk some love."
Oh man,
and it has a picture of the Hulk, and it says 0 new skins, 0 accessories.
Accessories. Yeah. That's how you spell that.
No, you're missing a C.
Oh yeah. I can't see.
0 new team ups, 0 buffs or quality of life adjustment. Permabanned every game, not even his fault. Only picked to be the anchor for other heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they say our guy's gotten nothing but ban jail for the last 3 seasons, and there's nothing being done about it, but more oil being poured onto that fire.
Forget it.
Hulk mains don't want to keep getting strong team ups with DPS. This does absolutely nothing for us, but makes people either want to ban us or it encourages more DPS players in our games, which more often than not leads to a solo tanking, which isn't good with Hulk.
Yeah.
A tank team up would be great, actually, to make the team up for Hulk and not from Hulk. Yeah. On behalf of the Hulk mains, our character has been a skinless, neglected team up bot for way too long. We need something. This is a beautiful post. This is well written.
Yeah, it really is. And again, it goes back to my biggest problem with balance in this game right now, I think, is that the team up team is not communicating with like the rest of the balance team. And I mean that like they're not on the same page. The team ups are being planned seasonally and not based on like balance for the state of the game at the time when the team ups are implemented. So like, he's totally right. Like Hulk didn't need another reason to be banned. Gamma squids are really good. Namor is one of the best counters to Black Panther. Now you're giving Black Panther the Gamma Bro treatment, and like, I don't see any reality in which Hulk isn't the #1 most banned character this season.
And it really does all come down to the team ups. Like they just did such a weird thing with him, where the Gamma team up has existed since season 0, but it's completely changed rosters now. There have been 5 characters that have been a part of it at various times.
Yeah.
And so most other characters now that were anchors have had their team up taken away and been given a new one where they're receiving something like magic. And yeah, so maybe 4.5. Can we just take Gamma away completely and give him something? That would be something.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I think Hulk is really cool. Like I don't have much playtime on him, but just seeing good Hulks can be really scary. I like he has a good place, I think, in the game, and yeah, I mean Hulk is also just like one of the most famous and most loved Marvel characters like ever. So yeah,
I do agree with
Still a
this
voice of
guy
love.
though that like I don't play Hulk much because I feel like if I'm playing Hulk, I'm playing it for everyone else, not for Hulk. Like
Yeah.
it just seems like he seems like the Thermite from Siege of of Rivals. Of like I play him because my team needs this in the team comp.
Yeah. Well, that's all for today, everybody. I think we finished just under 3 hours. Hopefully, I don't jinx myself by saying that right now. But thank you for tuning in to episode 32 of our podcast. If beyond the 3 hours you're looking for even more of our Friends and Rivals content, consider joining us over on Instagram at Friends and Rivals, on X at Friend Rival Pod, or on Discord via the link in the show notes. If you've got a question you'd like us to answer in our next episode, drop it in our Discord chat or in the comments on Spotify, or send us an email. My mom hasn't replied to my last 3. All right, everybody. We'll see you in the multiverse.
See ya.